refinance. We are financing to banks and governments, state government and central government. So maybe almost 2 lakh crore we have exposure with central government. Okay. Namami Gange and other projects, Swachh Bharat Mission. So that loan we have given to Government of India, state government for infrastructure development, all irrigation, road, water, 39 types of activity where NABARD funds finances to state government. Apart from that, refinance to banks like cooperative, RRB, commercial banks, for especially to finance crop loan. These are the business activity. Apart from that, we are doing developmental activities. We have developed so many models like SHG. You will be knowing the SHG, self-help group. So that concept was brought in India by NABARD in 1992. That's SHG. Kisan Credit Card. This concept was also brought by NABARD. Joint Liability Group was also brought by NABARD. Then even a watershed, earlier IDWTP, you have pilot in Ahmednagar and other things. So upscaling, and then Government of India came with Watershed Development Fund and they upscaled after 95. But before that, piloting on watershed, that was also done by NABARD in association with government of Germany. Okay. So these are such models we have given to the our farming and rural community. Apart from that, these developmental functions, so many functions. As I was discussing here in this institution, we are also one of the, I will not say, but manage, we have our some role of NABARD. What I would like to answer will be knowing. Then here we are giving grant to various models, projects, pilots, incubators, startups. So that grant also we are giving NAB के लिए हमने दिया है, AG उसके लिए दिया है. So these grants also will be there. Apart from that, we have supervisory role. We are conducting statutory inspection for property banks, RRBs, land development banks. So we have this statutory body. RBI conducts for private banks, commercial banks, urban cooperative banks, and NBFC. Regional banks, NABARD conducts the inspection. Okay, that is our statutory obligation. Apart from that, we are implementing Government of India. Since we are Government of India own organization, we have a mandate to implement to Government of India schemes. So earlier we used to implement many schemes. Now only very limited schemes are there. So you must be knowing for organic farming there was a scheme. With emu farming there was a scheme. Solar pump, and solar pump, that scheme was also implemented by NABARD. National Livestock Mission up to 2020 it was implemented through NABARD. Then Dairy Entrepreneurship Development Scheme that was also implemented through NABARD. As of now, agriculture marketing infrastructure where storage infrastructure is created, storage and also like here rice fields and other things. So functional infrastructure, storage infrastructure, and up to 1,000 metric tons go down by cold storage under AMI. That is also Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare scheme. AC&ABC, that is also a scheme of this same ministry. So these schemes we are implementing on behalf of the Government of India. We are here to, we are actually subsidy channel agency. Our goal is to implement the scheme for bankers, basically our group. That's why we have to be less at state level. If you see, and first time I was interacting with all India here directly. Otherwise, DDFs may be having get some relation with at district level, but at national level, this I think this at least for me, and first time I will engage and interacting with all types of Indians, all Indians. So our own engagement with India was very limited. Our then role with bankers, how to implement and channelize the scheme. That was the mandate given to us by Government of India. But of course, the numbers will tell me yes, the progress is not very satisfactory. Lot of needs to be done, and yes, I accept the blame as an NABARD. We are also, we are not delivered as expected. That I will admit first. This is very good scheme. So, because I know I have interacted with many people in many states. Even people, our manage, they also given that feedback in some state. How is the response from our NABARD regional offices, from concerned officers? So yes, I agree. I accept. Yes, there could be some experiences like that, but that is we should not generalize. It will not be applicable for all. Okay. But there are some instances, and I must accept that. But now, after this workshop, what I feel is now that whatever that some miscommunication, uncommunication, we will not have part. You will be engaging with HO, direct HO. Now, this whole this workshop, I think give us that opportunity because this input, I will not be restricted to although I am representing Telangana, I am officer of Telangana Regional Office NABARD, but this region I am representing NABARD and all of these inputs, your suggestions, your feedback, I will be sharing with our head office and they will try to incorporate and whatever possible, wherever possible, under the solution we will find out. We will try to find out the solution so that whatever concerns you people have raised, because I know if these are the round concerns, all you have raised, and unless these concerns are addressed, this scheme will not be. Isn't it? Because ultimately you people will be driving you people are driving force. You only are creating the candidate, creating clients of the part of banks and for our scheme. Unless you people are there, you don't create those customers, those potential clients, there will not be any pickup in the scheme. Okay, often. So because your role, I acknowledge your role of ABS, your contribution. Here, see numbers because I don't want to how can they this is the 13% out of only 13% roughly. Then I feel something after this workshop now in maximum great linkage, maximum our candidates will get back to first. And of course, sorry, was subsidy also because that is the incentive. So then also we should get subsidy. This is the concern me. This is the concern for all. If you see this so successful in other state, why there is no reason, why there is no thing for this scheme in other state? What will be the reason? Up, anybody? Nothing goes. What is it going on? Yeah, that's one thing. So, James says, no sense of English whether that's it like other state. Actually, these days, it's seven people. Something is happening. But why not in other states? Whether there is no scope, whether there is no agri candidates, whether there is no farmers don't require agricultural services. Exactly. So, awareness. Here, at least some good NPI, some good DDMs, some good managed our extension officer, all these and our someone where they are active, they are doing something. Where these institutions are not active, nobody knows about AC&ABC. Nobody discusses AC&ABC in DCC if the candidate or MDI or DDM of our is not active. Isn't it? If they are not active, this different topic. Nowadays, people in to be in limelight, you create controversy, good or bad, okay, but you have to remain in limelight. You have to be in media, you have to be in news. So likewise, our skill should also be discussed on various fora. So there was a suggestion that might have suggested he used BC earlier. So it was not there, but as a medium, I used to discuss all the skill in BLBC also. Okay. Because sometimes everything need not be explained in guidelines. Okay. So it depends upon that person also who is implementing. Okay. So this number, like only 7 states, they are also there is a scope, sir. I think we need to strategize for that expansion of this scheme beyond this 7 states. They are sporadic, but these are major. First, to clear for you on this one. Okay. For your information, for ATM, because media they didn't have that clarity. When explaining it now, because it is now, but first of all, they say in our scheme, you are EMI. We got TADS, this is government of India scheme, we are just subsidy routing agency or we are channelizing the subsidy. But credit, normally people sit in our scheme. So that credit we are getting. Along with that, not sometimes, always in good terms. Sometimes it is meaning in NABARD. So as sir is aware, he, you people will submit the claim through banks. It will be received at the regional offices of NABARD. Regional officers will process, sanction, and will send to NABARD head office. NABARD head office in turn will compile for all India, and they will submit to Government of India. And Government of India, depending upon the fund position, will release the subsidy. Once it is released, it will be released to the banks through your beneficiaries. Okay, this is the whole process involved in subsidy generation. Sir.
Well, sir, here what happens, sir? We release the amount to be NABARD and manufacturing combined. For the manage, we have to credit so many documents from the NPA, and because of that, sometimes it may delay from our side.
That is happened only once last year. Previously, manager did not supply the request. Last year, what happened is that they can change the procedure. Vice President. For KYC, for one scheme, maybe it would be implemented single kids and like that, they told me, yes, no, sir, was clear. I don't know, this is what
Request to you people, if though having for virtual workshops and physical workshops have been communicated, but physical workshops have to be conducted for this budget.
But that's the other reason I was this for this.
Yeah, good, that clarity is not there, because last time we waited till March. Also, maybe government. So this year I think there will be some, okay. I know. Okay. So this workshop, what, because how to the promote the scheme? Sensitize the bankers, when more our entrepreneurs are more aware and other stakeholders. So this workshop meets that are required, and for that we have been given some allocation content that will be conducted soon. Okay. Yes, sir.
कह रहा था कि आपने जो सर्वे लिखा बैंक शुड बी गिवन स्लॉट ड्यूरिंग द ट्रेनिंग आवर्स सर एक कंटेस्ट है कि बैंकर्स भी अगर कैंडिडेट भी जाने के बैंक की तरफ से काम करते हैं तो मैं ऐसे नवाज से कहना चाहता हूँ हमारे जो झारखंड है या बिहार जैसे जो राज्य वहां पर क्या होता है कि कैंडिडेट्स को हम लोग सेंसिटाइज जरूर कॉलेज में जाके करते हैं बैंक जो सेंसिटाइजेशन का काम कर नबार्ड जो सेंसिटाइजेशन का काम करती है मुझे कहना है कि एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटीज में भी आप करें जो आपके वर्कशॉप होते हैं वो वहां पर भी वहां के यूनिवर्सिटी में करना बहुत जरूरी है तो वहां लड़के भी अवेयर हो गए लड़के हमारे यहाँ इंटरेस्ट नहीं करते आपने कहा भी कि दूसरे राज्यों में कितना सब्सिडी की लड़के सक्सेस क्यों हो रहे हैं हमारे यहाँ कैंडिडेट खोजने पड़ते हैं और वहां पर लोग कैंडिडेट छांटने पड़ते हैं इतने नंबर ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स हैं करना भी चाहते थे ये अंतर है तो हमारे राज्यों में नौकरी करने की इच्छा ज्यादा है आप जानते ही हैं
Yes.
तो उस हालात में लड़के करते नहीं पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करते तो बैंकर नवाज से मैं कहूंगा कि यूनिवर्सिटीज में कॉलेजेस में जो वर्कशॉप होते हैं उनको कराएं वहाँ बैंकर्स को बुलाएं और वहाँ कैंडिडेट तो एक अच्छा सफलता
अच्छा actually last time na in district level workshop we tried that only. We tried in agriculture veterinary college in one district and one in KVK. Okay, because I know this candidate will come from here. They will Hyderabad से नहीं मिलेंगे हमको वहां पे जाना पड़ेगा जहाँ पे है पोटेंशियल करेक्ट थैंक यू अच्छा नाइस सजेशन आई हैव नोटेड डाउन ओके this lot why I calculate this input sir I attended one session at India okay it was a 2 hours slot but it went up to 4 hours because of our candidates they found because I was giving input practical input what are the schemes how to apply what are the scheme guidelines what is market money what type of all things I was discussing with them so they found it useful and then that suggestion came unless the bankers is involved because ultimately he is financing if he has that interface with the potential client when you are conducting the training, one session, if you are a banker, a good banker or AD at least, AD, not you cannot decide which banker to invite. No? So many balance managers are there. At least ADM. So let that ADM has an interaction with that. If these are potential clients, we have 45 we have put our efforts. Now we have created client for you. We are creating client for bankers. Isn't it? So we are giving business to them. That we have to tell them. And we have to arrange that interface. If we can arrange that, I think at least it will solve, or not solve, I don't know, but it will facilitate, definitely. At least some banker representative will be there who will speak on behalf of AC&ABC candidate to their bankers. Isn't it? Thank you. So then, next. Yes, Kelly. Yes, madam.
सर तो हमारी पहली बैच है कि जनवरी में स्टार्ट हुई थी फिर हम स्क्रीनिंग के टाइम सर के पास गए थे उन्हें इनवाइट करने के लिए एलडीएम सर ने बोला कि हम मतलब हमारा कुछ बोलते हैं जो कुछ भी रूल है वो सब डीडीएम सर का
श्रेणी बार करके दीजिए मैं उनसे बात मैं बात करूंगा उससे लगे तो एडीएम को नहीं ओके सेटलमेंट ओके ठीक है सॉरी ओके ओके मैं आई विल जस्ट सी द अबाउट डीडीएम हाउ टू गाइड दैट एडीएम फर्स्ट ओके यस So these are the policy issues with your solution. So, but many of these solutions will be incorporated. Actually, I didn't went through. I went through now. Many of them are already taken care. But sir, after going through that revised guidelines, okay. Two three other drawbacks were there. Obviously, operational issue. Okay, we can say some policy issue and some operational issue also. In earlier scheme, many of you will be agree. There was no time limit. Within how much phase the banker has to submit the application to NABARD. Isn't it? Like AMI and AMI is 90 days. Otherwise, this portal will not accept. There is a portal, ours is the physical, no portal. Now, Jala Solution, Jala Samartha government of India portal. Okay. But for subsidy, there is a separate portal of NABARD issue. So within 90 days, the bank has to submit the advance subsidy claim from first disbursement. Now you have put that condition. But how to ensure? Since it is offline mode, it is physical mode, they can submit after 4 months, 5 months, but they will put back date. Okay, track that is really how whether they are really submitting 45 days. So you have put that condition 45 days. So we do not have any mechanism to check. Okay, because if something to courier kar diya tha, all these things you know. So that was not there, sir. Secondly, there was no monitoring. Or branch manager, NABARD, anybody, NABARD, manage, bank, or even our NTI. Nobody, no role was given. It was compulsory. If they have to see whether the unit is established, any use of the loan or the subsidy. Because in your real guidelines, you have sought for utilization certificate from banks. Okay. If you want utilization certificate, we have to see whether the unit is really established. Because we have issued two proposals, which was sanctioned 2 years back. Now they have cleared the subsidy. We have considered, we have recommended to it also, because there is no time limit early in our guidelines. Okay, how many days the claim should be submitted? But when we inquire, then we came to know that accounts, as of now, it's for the bank statement that an account was NPA. Even that unit was not there. Because it was some service college also. तो घर में उसका दुकान का पहले से ही उसने बैंक से कुछ किया है एंड मेनी केसेस एज somebody was telling me working capital so in your US guidelines you have put that condition कि टर्म लोन एंड वर्किंग कैपिटल बट इन आवर पोजीशन ऑफ तरह इफ यू वांट टू डेवलप पोजीशन के तरह इन्वेस्टमेंट टर्म लोन में भी वेरी लेस शॉप अगर आपने भाड़े से ले लिया है 1 लाख का फर्नीचर काफी आपके लिए वो भी लगेगा वर्किंग कैपिटल लगेगा अगर आपने टर्म लोन इतना ज्यादा कंपल्सरी किया है और वर्किंग कैपिटल रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया है तो बहुत सारे लोगों को सब्सिडी नहीं मिलेगी क्योंकि मेनी ऑफ आवर बिजनेस ना स्पेशली एग्री बिजनेस जो हम इनपुट्स कलेक्ट करते हैं या यूरिया फर्टिलाइजर सीड्स वगैरह जिसमें वर्किंग कैपिटल ज्यादा लगता है ना कि कैपिटल कॉस्ट सो दैट आल्सो यू नीड टू सर एक बार जो ना that composite loan में proportion. How much should be term loan? How much should be working capital? You have to certain percentage are there. Okay. So see that many will not be getting much subsidy there. Okay. Especially in Maharashtra, maximum where proceeds are on input business. Okay.
So that ratio has to be vice versa. It should be 10% and 90% working capital, especially clearly.
Yeah.
Finance state bank made an objection. That how we will give only 10% of the portion as working capital. Because fertilizer shop is mostly working capital. And the term loan component is hardly furniture. One chair, table. It comes hardly for 50,000. And loan requirement was 10 lakh. Now we are facing the problem with the bank.
Now this problem will come for me. Earlier, you have what ministry say or department, the composite loans. The word was composite loan. But in one case, which we have rejected after 2 years, because the bank was not even after consolidation, they said that it was a working capital, it was CC, we cannot give. And we are implementing their scheme. So we cannot go beyond the scheme, guidelines. Okay. So it is clear that I think it should be at least we told the banker, you write a composite for which 50,000 का टर्म लोन लेके बाकी वर्किंग कैपिटल दिखा के डिस्पोजेबल नहीं हम टर्म देंगे टर्म लोन के लिए हमारे बैंकों के लिए बहुत दिक्कत है फॉर सैंक्शनिंग टर्म लोन वर्किंग कैपिटल लिमिट 60 easy for them but even project 1 crore 1 lakh का project हुआ टर्म लोन का so they have also different
Space during that reducing body. Yes, EMI.
or
What reducing the terms against the EMI.
Close. It is positive loan rate without mentioning proportionality. Suppose 1 lakh is the term loan portion, 3 lakhs is the working capital. All 10 lakhs, the fixed repayment should be like something like that. Here, EMI. So by the end of the 5th year, entire loan will be closed. Maybe with the help of back end survey.
so from the government of India if that bank has indicated that it is a composite loan that will suffice okay we will not investigate further but at least it should not be exclusively working capital okay
That's separate.
if it is exclusively working capital or CC limit no scope
सर वो ब्रांच समझती ही नहीं कंपोजिट का मतलब
यानी जिसमें दो हाइब्रिड हो वहां मतलब दीजिए ना
तो वो ये कहते हैं कि वो टीएल और सीसी कर रहे हैं और फिर नाबार्ड से टीएल पे वो सब्सिडी देती है और सीसी पे देती नहीं वो 2 अकाउंट खोलते हैं बैंक वाले ऐसे बहुत सारे केसेस हैं सर
नाबार्ड सब्सिडी ज्यादा कहीं समझ नहीं लगती
इस सेंटर की जैसे सीसी लिमिट हो गया 2 अकाउंट खुल गए नॉट सीसी का तो नाबार्ड जो है वो सीसी पे सब्सिडी नहीं देगी वो देगी टर्म लोन पे ही देगी और टर्म लोन पे तो यहाँ पे एक रिस्ट्रिक्शन हो जाता है कि वो कंपोजिट करके और 2 अकाउंट खुल गए तो ऑटोमेटिकली उसमें पे जैसे जब हम कंपोजिट
इस पॉइंट फ्रॉम यू अभी फ्लैग करो मैं अभी अभी आपको आएगा
हाँ
क्योंकि ये कंपोजिट लोन वाला जो है ना वर्किंग कैपिटल वाला
यस सर
वो सब्सिडी हमको पूरे अमाउंट पे देंगे ना वर्किंग कैपिटल तो एक्चुअली तो वर्किंग कैपिटल इज स्टॉप कर इट कैन बी रिन्यूड एनी हां दैट इज
फ्रॉम बैंकर आर कंसील सर
The guideline here itself it is there, it should be composite. Including working capital for 1 year cycle, 1 year cycle, one side. It is already there. But only the question is that the banks by sanctioning the loan, they are treating it separate. I think that only the main. And in most of the sensitization workshops conducted by NABA, we are also sensitizing the banks that who issue the sanction order, bank loan sanction order as composite loan. You don't issue separate the sanction orders. That
it is really difficult kind of one I'm not giving that it was sanction letter 5 lakh term loan and 3 lakh CC na some of the at least some documents which are there where it is indicated but they have said go to separate letters or CC separate and term loan separate
yes
so sir we need to find out some solutions very like they are finding it difficult bankers are not giving
Sir, some subsidy are pending in Uttar Pradesh.
okay.
This many banker are not now, sir, because many candidates are followed input shop. And major this thing happened in input shop. In the rest of the project, majority part is the term loan part. It can be taken. But in the input shot, majority is of working. So that becomes a basic hurdle for the subsidy when we even try to explain to the banks. They say we cannot open. You are showing it on DPR that this much is working and this much is fixed asset है, तो how we reduce
Only farmers. The agricultural one. It is from Nodal and it can upload it in the website. That can show the banks. There are already.
So even after guideline and even on the letterhead, we send a letterhead in which we explain that it should be composite loan and this should be done. Even after that, bank is saying no.
So that, but that is the
Then DPRs are into, and only in one project. Sir.
second point, this is one issue details. Shopping, there is no earlier nothing related or not there. Then advance subsidy or finance subsidy, back ended subsidy, front ended subsidy. Now at least some clarity is there. Yes, now that logging period is over. Because after 2 years, his parents submitting the claim, we are sanctioning third year it may be. After third year till that time, unit will be solved, unit will be there, some unit may not be there also. Okay, some will become NBA. So can we release subsidy to some such people? And then subsidy reserve fund and locking, since locking period was not there, it can be repaid in 1 year itself also.
Yes, sir.
Now, the revised guidelines, they have put minimum locking period of 3 years.
So 3 year
It was there, but it was that since timeline was not given initially, after 2 years we were getting the application.
Sir, 2018 guideline is there.
Sir, 3 years locking period and some margin money. You said as per RKVY guidelines, but we can indicate something ना, at least 10%.
अगर सिर्फ एग्री इनपुट शॉप्स के लिए ये हो जाए कि सीसी और टर्म लोन दोनों पे सब्सिडी मिल सकती है, क्योंकि सिर्फ वही एक वेंचर है जिसमें ये इशू है. अगर उसके लिए ये अलाउ हो जाए, बाकी किसी वेंचर में वर्किंग कैपिटल और फिक्स्ड एसेट का इशू नहीं आता, सिर्फ इनपुट शॉप के लिए. अगर उसके लिए कि दोनों अकाउंट खुल जाए, उस पर सब्सिडी मिल जाए टोटल एफओपी करके, तो सर इशू वो खत्म हो जाएगा, बैंकिंग में भी इशू नहीं आएगा.
So we can think of.
कैंडिडेट कैंडिडेट से कम से कम 25 कैंडिडेट ऐसे कैंडिडेट चाहिए तो पूरी सेंटर की है.
सर, क्योंकि तमिलनाडु में वैसा एक्सपीरियंस था, तमिलनाडु में उनका एक्सपीरियंस अलग है कुछ.
सर टीएल और वर्किंग कैपिटल तो आई थिंक सर और भी काफी प्रोजेक्ट है सर, लाइक दैट एरी तो जो एसेट्स बनाएगा तो वो भी तो सर फिक्स एसेट्स का एक पार्ट होगा, और पोल्ट्री करेगा तो वो भी एसेट्स बनाएगा तो वो भी टीएल मतलब वर्किंग वो फिक्स एसेट्स का पार्ट होगा. तो इसमें दोनों में सर वर्किंग कैपिटल और फिक्स एसेट्स का मैटर तो आएगा.
लेकिन जो मेजॉरिटी प्रॉब्लम है वो इनपुट शॉप में ही है. सब में
पार्टिसिपेट कम हो जाता है, वर्किंग कैपिटल तो वहां इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं होना है. वर्किंग कैपिटल ज्यादा है तो कम. Then I have already said it, but it discussed ना ADM को involve करेंगे district level पे. So it clear किया तो हम है. Now we revise guidelines of that task to receive and verify. That should happen. But because at least in our many scheme na, actually bank manager to go and submit report, he take photo, geotag photo. Now a government of India they are everything transparent. So geotag lat long wala hoga na, everything should be there. That you need na, it should be mapped in your portal. Okay, all these things will be there. So some monitoring needs to be strengthened. That monitoring mechanism, whoever is doing the monitoring, then only we can ensure that the ability is established and the end use of that subsidy and the loan we can ensure. Okay.
सब्सिडी फाइल में सर प्री और पोस्ट सैंक्शन रिपोर्ट देता है ना बैंक आपको. सब्सिडी क्लेम फाइल जो भेजता है ना, तब प्री सैंक्शन रिपोर्ट और पोस्ट
अभी के इसमें तो सिंगल क्लेम पे जा रहा है ना.
क्लेम
वो ये प्री सैंक्शन में सब्सिडी जो है ना, एक सैंक्शन हो गया, सब्सिडी रिलीज हो गया, उसके बाद सब्सिडी यूज होने के बाद, क्योंकि अभी सब्सिडी रिजर्व फंड में लेगा. अभी जो रिलीज होगा, जब तक लॉकिंग पीरियड है तब तक वो सब्सिडी रिजर्व फंड. अगर 5 लाख की सब्सिडी है, 5 लाख अगर रिलीज भी हो गई 2 साल की लोन के बाकी है रिपेमेंट, तो 2 साल में यूज नहीं कर पाएगा वो सब्सिडी रिजर्व में फंड, अभी वो प्रोविजन नहीं थी, अभी 2 साल उसके प्रिंसिपल उस पे ब्याज नहीं लगेगा, उतने अमाउंट में सब्सिडी रिजर्व फंड में जो सब्सिडी है उसमें ब्याज नहीं लगेगा, लेकिन वो सब्सिडी उसको क्रेडिट नहीं होगी जब तक वो पूरा लोन रिपे नहीं होता, रिपेमेंट लॉकिंग पीरियड खत्म नहीं होता।
एक पॉइंट इसमें ये बोलेगा जो आपने बोला कि इंटरेस्ट नहीं लगेगा, बैंक सर ये बोलते हैं कि आपको हम एफडी की इंटरेस्ट दे देंगे। हाँ,
नॉट अलो
बट दिस बैंक्स आर ओनली सेइंग
लाइक ओपन से दे आर डूइंग आल्सो, नॉट ओनली सेइंग दे आर डूइंग, वो क्या करते हैं जो सब्सिडी है उसके नाम से एफडी बनाएंगे,
हाँ।
एफडी में साइड से ब्याज देंगे, आपका 9% 10% 11% रहेगा,
यस
लोन में 12% लेंगे, एफडी आप सब्सिडी जो मिलेगा उसको 6.5% पे एफडी जमा कर देंगे, तो डिफरेंस भी खाएंगे, उनका पैसा भी बढ़ेगा, डिपॉजिट भी बढ़ेगा, नॉट अलो
So what do we say? Do we tell the candidate to write this down and send to?
unless officially this issue come
Yes.
in, बोला ना, जो भी डिसीजन मेकर्स है उनके सामने नहीं आएंगे तो हमें पता है हो रहा है, लेकिन जब तक कोई ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में केस इंस्टांस नहीं आएगा,
HDFC के दोनों मैनेजर्स ने ओपनली आके क्लासरूम में बोला सर ये बात।
ये भी हो रहा है तो उतने अमाउंट एफडी कर देंगे, ठीक है।
सर हमारे इलाके में तो भी 3 केसेस ऐसे हुए हैं, एफडी करो बाद में सेक्शन
तो पहले एफडी करवाना और भी
और सर सबसे मेजर इश्यू होता है सब्सिडी क्लेम में प्रॉब्लम सबसे ज्यादा इसीलिए एक बार सैंक्शन तो हो गया बट बिकॉज बैंक पेपर सही नहीं भेजता है नाबार्ड में, उसकी तरफ से डिफॉल्ट रहता है, जिसकी वजह से जो सब्सिडी शायद नाबार्ड भी 2 से 3 महीने के अंदर डिस्पर्स कर दे, उसके चलते एक बार डिफॉल्ट हुआ और वो 2 साल के लिए सब्सिडी शिफ्ट हो जाती है।
सर एक कैंडिडेट है जिसकी 3 साल बाद सब्सिडी आई है, तो उसने 3 साल लगातार चलाया, लोन अपना किया, अब जब सब्सिडी कैंसिल जो सैंक्शन हुई उस टाइम हुई है जब उसका स्टेटमेंट शेष बचा था, सब्सिडी थी उसकी 3,60,000, जब उसका जो लास्ट में 88,000 कुछ बचा था पेमेंट जमा, उसके 88,000 से वो आ गई, उसके बाद उसने चलाया नहीं, उस सैंक्शन होके तो आ गई सब्सिडी अकाउंट में आ गई, लेकिन अब बैंक ये कह रही मैं कैसे इसको कर दूं, मैं नहीं कर सकता हूँ, बाकी का जो उसने पैसा चला दिया 88,000 रुपए, अब उसका पूरा तो जमा कर दिया, सब्सिडी उसकी बैंक में है अभी,
बैंक उसका तो सब्सिडी रोक नहीं सकता है,
तो उसके बैंक
जब उसने लोन किया है, रिपे किया है, अब सब्सिडी आई, जो उसका बैलेंस 80 जो भी है वो एक एडजस्ट करे, वो निकाल
वापस नहीं
तो क्लोज किया है तो उनके अपनी
का एक कैंडिडेट का, और वो इटावा का एक केस है बैंक ऑफ इंडिया का, सब्सिडी आके उसके बैंक में है, ठीक है, उसने लोन पे पूरा पेमेंट कर दिया,
लोन पूरा पेमेंट कर दिया है तो फिर सब्सिडी भी फिर
और सर के का रिस्क होगा, लेकिन इसका सब्सिडी लेट हो गया है, उनका क्या फॉल्ट है,
पेनल्टी तो कैंडिडेट को हो जाएगी,
वो
नहीं करेगा।
एक सब्सिडी आ गई, सब्सिडी आने के पहले ही मैंने क्लोज कर दिए,
नहीं क्लोज नहीं किया अकाउंट एमपी हो गया, फिर उसने जमा नहीं किया,
एक बात है, एनपी अगर अकाउंट हो गया तो अभी आपने एनपी वाला बात नहीं बताया,
ये हो गया
उसने पूरा क्लोज कर दिया, फिर उसका अकाउंट में आया नहीं मिला, उसने जमा नहीं किया, उसका एनपी हो गया,
एक का बताओ तो क्यों कैसे
तो आपने कम से कम ये उनकी सब्सिडी लेट आई थी क्योंकि जो डाउन हुआ था कोविड से पहले हुआ, बैंक ने जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स भेजे और 2 साल बाद भेजे क्लेम करने के लिए,
कुछ नहीं पता,
सब्सिडी आ गया, नाबार्ड ने सैंक्शन कर दिया, उसके बाद अभी समस्या क्या आ गई है, एक का तो कुछ पैसा बचा भी एनपी अकाउंट चल रहा उसका, तो उसका जो भी बैंक करेगा उसका आपका, लेकिन जिसने पूरा जमा कर दिया उसका भी बैंक ने रखा है, तो उसको
ये बैंक का बेसिकली तो बैंक का पैसा है नहीं, तो बैंक का ये बैंक का तो मनी है नहीं, आई नीड टू गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया,
even representative government of India also. See, in these 2 cases, one thing is that if the candidate has fully closed the loan means then subsidy आ गए, then where actually the procedure is the subsidy amount equal to the principal amount equal to the subsidy amount should be there, then only the subsidy amount will be adjusted to this principal amount as single adjustment last 3 installments. Suppose if the loan is already closed, then where that subsidy will go back. Second thing, if there is any NPA, then also subsidy is not eligible. For NPA cases also subsidy is not eligible.
सर एनपी के लिए कोई भी स्कीम के लिए सब्सिडी मिल रही है, लेकिन सर पहले बात करेंगे अगर वो सब्सिडी रिलीज डेट हुई है तो उसमें कैंडिडेट का दोष क्या है,
हाँ
नहीं जमा करेगा कहीं
भाई वो तो भी इंटरेस्ट रेट है ना।
मेरा एक ये है कि अगर बैंक केवल इंटरेस्ट वगैरह केवल लेती है तो शायद उसका इतनी जल्दी अमाउंट पूरा सबमिट नहीं होगा।
And actually say that that portion
पूरा लेती है।
that is actually that portion was not there in the guideline. That is why now we have included that in that case they can pay. The candidate can pay only the interest portion for that is amount equal to the subsidy. He has to take it, retain the principal amount equal to the subsidy amount. And he can only pay the interest amount. And when the subsidy released from NABARD, immediately that will be adjusted. The that portion was not there. Now it has,
I think nobody is sure the latest will be released, how much will be released, how much we have to keep as a principal. Okay. So if there is a fixed timeline here, after application in 3 months, that subsidy will be paid to his account. So he can cancel all the things.
Sir,
But we are expecting, sir. Now we are going to do that. But it should happen. If this is not happen, sir, it is our fault, bank's fault or government of India. Funds का issue होगा. ये सब issue होंगे तो बेनिफिशियरी को सफर करे.
सर एक सोल्यूशन है जो गाइडलाइन में भी उसके बारे में दिया हुआ है, अगर उसको थोड़ा सा हम लोग लैबोरेट करके उसको यूज करने को, जैसे सर नाबार्ड मांगती है प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीशन रिपोर्ट, जिसका टाइम पीरियड 6 मंथ से लेकर और एक्सटेंशन 1 साल तक किया गया है। तो अगर 6 मंथ्स का कंप्लीशन बैंक दे रहा है यूटिलाइजेशन, तो एटलीस्ट 6 मंथ्स के बाद फिर जब भी रिलीज हो, एटलीस्ट 6 मंथ्स के बाद ये हो जाए कि जितनी सब्सिडी उसकी बन रही है उतना अमाउंट काट के जितना बच रहा है उसी पे उसका इंटरेस्ट और ईएमआई जाए, रेस्ट जब नाबार्ड से आ जाएगी तो वो एडजस्ट हो जाएगी। तो वो कंप्लीशन 6 मंथ्स के बाद कंप्लीशन का एक है, जब गाइडलाइन में दिया हुआ है तो 6 मंथ्स के बाद एटलीस्ट उसको इंटरेस्ट ना पे करना पड़े सब्सिडी अमाउंट पे।
वैसे
वो तो गाइडलाइन है, वो तो आपको
NDS are given a page now. You project all such things and you give it, because last workshop you have given some suggestions and we took action on that. Similarly, tomorrow you give your valuable suggestions and wherever possible, we'll try to. So, no problem.
Yes.
कोई सब्सिडी के लिए वेट कर रहा है
तो वो बैंक का सब्सिडी नहीं मिले.
मतलब जो भी खबर
हाँ, कोई कम बचे, कोई इम्पोर्टेंट बैंक के कम बचे वो मिला.
अभी तक सब्सिडी मिला नहीं, अभी वो
कोई रीजन बताया गया है? ये साल का नहीं मिली, इस साल का नहीं है. वो एक तो जो नाबार्ड वाला बोल रहा है, या तो जो बैंक वाला वो बोल रहा है, सब कोई तो क्योंकि 3 साल का बिल्डिंग तो नहीं होता. पर अब बस तो एक काम में बिल्डिंग अब सबसे थोड़ा ज्यादा फुटबॉल क्लासिफिकेशन के क्लास दे रही है जो हमारे लिए है. एक सब कुछ लेकिन था लेकिन इंटरनेट पे बोल रहे हैं वो तो 1 ईयर के ऊपर तो हो ही नहीं रहा. करते जरा क्योंकि अभी जिसको फील्ड में हो रहे सब चीज तो मुझे लगता है कि आपको पुराना होगा इसमें.
क्लेम पे डॉक्यूमेंट
पास का कोई बात नहीं. मैं कोई बहुत पॉसिबल होगी इस फील्ड क्योंकि मेरे बैंक और नाम हट कम्युनिकेशन नहीं है.
क्यों रिलेटेड नहीं दिया है. अभी मार्च के पहले सब्सिडी क्लेम दिया, बाद में नाबार्ड ने वो स्क्रूटिनी किया, कोई कंप्लायंस है तो उसे लेटर भेज दिया वो कैंडिडेट बैंक को ही भेज दिया. बैंक ने वो पूरा कंप्लेंट
हम इससे नहीं करते. हम कोई भी सब्सिडी स्कीम में डायरेक्ट बारोवर से डील नहीं करते हैं.
वो बैंक ने दिया, बैंक ने वो सब कंप्लीट करके ले दिया. फिर से वो लेटर वही डॉक्यूमेंट
सेम वाली विषय हमारे बात को क्योंकि अभी मुझे यहाँ पर बैठ के तो आज किसी और आरोप कर दो ना. अरे ठीक है तो आप मुझे भेजो ताकि अगर आप चाहते हो उसको टेकअप करें तो आई एम द पर्सन नाउ यू हैव टू टेक सेंड इट टू मी.
ट्रेनिंग में सब कैंडिडेट को बोल देते, बैंकर्स को भी बोल देते. वही चेकलिस्ट के हिसाब से हमने डॉक्यूमेंट कैंडिडेट को बोला है तो वो भेज दिए. फिर से नाबार्ड वही चेकलिस्ट वही डॉक्यूमेंट वो क्यूरी कंप्लायंस
बात कर ना.
हाँ
फिर
अरे कुछ कमी होगी सर, कुछ कमी होगी ऐसा थोड़ा ही
बात मैं तो यहाँ पे मैं कहता हूँ लेकिन आई कैन आस्क व्हाई यू आर डूइंग सर्विस प्रॉब्लम है।
जैसे इनिशियल रेट भेजा जाता है, जो क्लेम फॉर्म भेजा जाता है, उसमें कौन करेगा? तो उसमें सर जैसे ब्रांच मैनेजर के साइन एंड कंट्रोलिंग ऑफिसर के साइन है, नाबार्ड कहता है कि आरओ भेजे, हाँ, ठीक है। लेकिन हमारा कहना ये है, अगर कंट्रोलिंग ऑफिसर साइन कर दे रहा है इनिशियल, तो चाहे ब्रांच भेजे चाहे आरओ भेजे, क्लेम तो नाबार्ड के पास पहुंच रहा है, क्योंकि आप भी जैसे बोल रहे हैं कि हम बोरोवर से नहीं डायरेक्ट डील करें, तो बोरोवर जो है वो आरओ से डील नहीं करता है, वो डील करता है।
इतना मैकेनिज्म है ये गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की कोई भी स्कीम आपको फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सेप्ट एआईएफ इंटर सबमिशन जो डायरेक्ट ब्रांच में जाता है डीबीटी बोर्ड में, ओके, कैपिटल सब्सिडी कोई भी हर ब्रांच से डील नहीं कर सकती गवर्नमेंट ऑफ व्हाई दिस कंडीशन क्यों कंट्रोलिंग ऑफिसर या रीजनल ऑफिसर जो बोला ना वो क्यों डाला था कि दे शुड आल्सो बी नोइंग इन द उनके रीजनल ऑफिस के पर्यू में जो 40-50-60 ब्रांचेस है वो किस सेगमेंट में क्या क्या कर रहे हैं उनका परफॉर्मेंस रिव्यू वो ट्रैक करने के लिए भी और एक नोडल उस एरिया के लिए एक कॉन्टैक्ट पर्सन पॉइंट रहेगा फॉर सब्सिडी क्लेम। सो कंट्रोलिंग ऑफिसर्स जो है रीजनल ऑफिसर्स उनके थ्रू जाना पड़ेगा, गाइडलाइंस नहीं है और ज्यादा सब ब्रांच मैनेजर इंडिविजुअल ब्रांच से डील नहीं कर सकते।
लेकिन हम लोग का ये है ना, एज ए एनटीआई वाइज हम बोल रहे हैं,
नहीं
जो है ब्रांच मैनेजर से डील करता है और वो हमको भी बात कराता है ब्रांच मैनेजर से, आरओ से ना वो बात कर रहा है ना हमको बात करने को मिल रहा है। तो जहाँ एक्सप्लेनेशन का बात होता है वो सर वो हमारे लिए भी ट्रैक करना
सही तरीका क्या है ना अभी देखो आपका ब्रांच मैनेजर अच्छा है ना क्योंकि वो इंटरनल उनके आरओ से उनको बात करना है ब्रांच मैनेजर है ना, जो भी आरओ या कुछ क्वेरी है या आरओ से फॉलो करना है इन्होंने तो भेजा है लेकिन आरओ फॉरवर्ड नहीं कर रहा है जो भी हो रहा है तो वो तो इंटरनल वो जो कम्युनिकेशन उनका आपस में ना वो तो उन्होंने नहीं आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते
हम लोग के लिए ये हो जाता है कि हमारा कैंडिडेट है
इंडियन ब्रांच तो नहीं कर सकते
हमारा
इंडियन ब्रांच तो नहीं कर सकते। अच्छा एनी
आप अब क्या होता है आप एनटीआई हो आप ट्रेनिंग के देखो आप मत करो एक बैंक और हम ही देख लें और ये कैंडिडेट हमें बोलते हैं सब्सिडी नहीं आया सब्सिडी नहीं आया ऐसा है
ये गैप और क्लियर कर दूंगा फॉर गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स एनी स्कीम्स फ्रॉम विजिलेंस एंगल ओके इसमें हम जो बेनिफिशियरी और बैंकर एक तो हमारा क्लाइंट बैंकर है हम ये सब्सिडी दे रहे बैंक को दे रहे हैं इट विल बी रूटेड फ्रॉम दो फॉर बेनिफिशियरी फार्मर जो एंटरप्रेन्योर है लेकिन बैंक ने क्लेम किया है एप्लीकेशन कौन दे रहा है बैंक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया नाबार्ड को वही सब्सिडी ऑपरेशन वो बैंक का क्लाइंट है बॉरोवर जो आपका बेनिफिशियरी ना उसको लोन दिया वो बैंक का क्लाइंट वो बॉरोवर है बेनिफिशियरी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया नाबार्ड जो हम सब्सिडी दे रहे हैं हमारा क्लाइंट कौन है कौन कर रहा है सब्सिडी के बैंक कर रहा है तो हमारा जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पर्सन रहेगा जिससे हम डील करेंगे करस्पॉन्डेंस करेंगे जो भी शॉर्ट कमिंग से बताएंगे वो बैंक रहेगा और बियॉन्ड एट द बैंक और मैक्सिमम borrower कैन कॉन्टैक्ट ओके बिकॉज ये तो बेनिफिशियरी उसका नो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर apart from that no third person will be allowed for entering the play okay that's all तो कोई गलत नहीं बोल रहे हो अगर बोल रहे थे
डेटा भी डबल हो रहा है
नहीं एडवर्टिंग के लिए तो हो लेकिन आप डायरेक्ट नाबार्ड से फॉलो अप नहीं कर सकते आप किसी से मार्केट बैंक से करो डीडीएम से करो ना आपके नासिक के डीडीएम को लोगों ने कौन है लोग है तो उन पे आप टैग बनाओ उनको बोला सर ये लिस्ट दे दो सर आपके आप में पेंडिंग है वही तो फॉलो अप ना ओके
मैंने तो हमें बोलते हैं हैंड होल्डिंग करने मैंने तो हमें हैंड होल्डिंग करने के लिए बोलते हैं लोन को सब्सिडी का
ऐसा बहुत सी मैंने बोला ना प्राइम मूवर तो आप स्कीम के प्राइम मूवर तो आप कोई सब स्कीम है ना जो भी नंबर दिख रहे हैं वो आपको तो ना प्राइमरी जो नंबर दिखेंगे वो आप लोगों की वजह से होंगे ठीक है
पहले तो नाबार्ड और
अगर कोई सवाल नहीं होगा तो शायद जो भी बाकी इनके भी और सेशन है वहां तो खत्म नहीं हो रहा है ये सारी बाकी है
एक क्वेश्चन है सर,
सेम चेकलिस्ट के हिसाब से बैंक ने ये मैंने भी ये डॉक्यूमेंट चेक
कभी इसमें कमेंट इसलिए नहीं कर सकता मुझे आप भेजो मैं वो तो जब तक वो आरोप भेजूंगा नहीं उससे उनकी राय बने यहाँ पे मैंने डील मैं यहाँ पे है ही महाराष्ट्र में, तो इसके तो आप मुझे दीजिए। हाँ, फिर इसके बाद में उनका क्या कहना है, ऐसा क्यों किया, फिर आपको आई कैन कॉन्टेक्ट, आई कैन गेट, आई विल गेट इट, नो प्रॉब्लम। बट यहाँ पे मैं इसमें कोई जॉब नहीं सकता इसमें, आई हैव नॉट सीन एनी पेपर।
दारू वापस कीजिए, मेरे को वापस कर
नाइन कैंडिडेट was of this सब पेंडिंग है यहाँ पर।
ठीक है, क्योंकि आप जो वेकेंसी है मुझे पता है, ये शुरुआत में मैंने बोला था कि एडमिट कर लिया था मैंने, अगर हमारे लेवल में है या हमने भेज के गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया लेवल में या सब्सिडी लेवल में, ये वेकेंसी इज देयर एडमिट वन by whether the department or the board we own that, okay, and we will ensure कि वो जो है ना न्यू रिवाइज गाइडलाइंस एवरीथिंग को ना थोड़ा फास्ट हो जाएगा, और जो टाइम लाइन के साथ सब रिलीज होगा। थैंक यू।
ఇదే ఓపెన్ లేదు ఇదేనా అదే
ये बात हुआ भी है कि नहीं आगे सब्सिडी के लिए पेपर्स हैव रीच्ड देयर, इंफॉर्मेशन सीख कैसे करें सर?
सर आप भी क्योंकि हम आपको जो नापा डाला हुआ है वो हेड ऑफिस को भेजते हैं, हेड ऑफिस जैसे मैंने बताया हॉलिडे का कंपाइल करेंगे, गवर्नमेंट को भेजेगा, फिर गवर्नमेंट विल रिलीज इन इंस्टॉलमेंट जैसे जैसे फंड उनको हो।
When deputy is submitting the GPR,
क्योंकि आप आरोप देते हैं मतलब हमको समझ नहीं आ रहा है।
sanction in the road, from and as well as the candidate. When RO is submitting to head office, RO has to inform you. And the candidate, section is there also they have been. But it is not into that. Information as per
They will be taken the with one of somebody or in the market ground. It will be known to our ACL practice something else, those who are applied, they should know what's the thing.
For information, I would like to say that actually last year, due to the change of procedure in fund release and all, there was some change. But it was in the last week of March, I think some 29th or 30th week of release some around 1.4 to Nava. But that amount they could not release. Because on the PFMS, on 31st March, it is close to 1 year, it's an important. And the amount has become zero. But now, that's the amount, that is almost 5 crore, is again placed in the account of the Nava. And you can,
But back to you.
yeah, went back to Nava. Right?
When the LMS do your but then again feel do not really start working there.
So again, that amount is credited into Nava account. But PFMS account, you can, you have shown that 290 days.
Yes.
So you can utilize that 5 crore amount for releasing subsidy for this 290 pending cases. How much, depending on that, up to 5 crore, you can release now itself.
Okay,
That you can inform, you have already informed the head office, but we are not getting any response. No, please.
I my report I will get. Yes. So thank you. Any question? Thank you very much.
Sir, now I'd like to invite Mr. Uday Kumar presentation on addressing challenges faced by agriculture, NTAs and MANIs in accessing and tracking the loan and subsidy.
Myself, Sri Kumar, consultant looking after the implementation and marketing of the AC&ABC scheme of the state. And actually, almost all the points have been covered by the NABARD agent, sir. But one, some minor points are there with regard to it's As you all know, the NABARD is the nodal agency for implementation of subsidy component through financing banks for the credit linked projects. And we request NABARD for uniform eligibility criteria for availing loans under the AC&ABC scheme. Why? Because the guidelines are being revised from time to time, and the education qualifications in the guidelines are also being revised. When the candidate from the intermediate AG candidate, whenever he trained in the 2018-19, now when he approaches the banks are not saying that you are not eligible as per the revised guidelines. Like that. To avoid this, we request NABARD to issue a circular stating that the position of a valid AC&ABC program completion certificate issued by the main should be the sole eligibility criteria for loans under the AC&ABC scheme. And one more thing, sir, with regard to margin money, as per the guidelines 5.4.2, the margin money to be contributed to the general category entrepreneur will be as per the prevailing norms. However, concession would be made in respect of SC, STs, women beneficiaries of northeastern states. In such cases, maximum of 50% of margin money prescribed banks could be given by the NABARD. But the particular guidelines are not there for this to avoid this provision by the eligible entrepreneurs. This guidance can be issued by the NABARD, sir, with regard to the margin money. And intimation of subsidy claims, sir. As per the AC&ABC program revised guidance 2025, clause 6.4.3, subsidy claim information to be intimated to the beneficiaries and marking it copy to the concerned DDMs, NDS and manage. And the NABARD HQ is creating the subsidy amount to a common reserve fund account of each bank. Here we can see that these are the Punjab National Bank, 8 different branches are there. To these 8 different branches, the amount was created to the common reserve fund, which is in Mumbai. This account is in Mumbai, their branch, and the amount is created to this account. But this information was given to the bank's controlling office. The head office, Punjab National Bank's head office, NABARD HQ has been communicated. But the banks have this information. The Punjab National Bank controlling office, they have not transferred this information. If at all this information is shared with the manage, it will be easy to trace the where the amount is created. This list with the name of the beneficiary and candidate ID and subsidy account details to which account the amount is created. While the HO is sending the mail to the branches, we want this information to be also shared in the mail, sir. This information should be mentioned in the email. NABARD will ensure that the banks do not charge interest on the subsidy portion, and the 6.3.6, the locking period with regard to 3 years locking period, and the principal amount equal to subsidy value as balance. So, this should be attached. Why? Because the mail is going without these provisions and guidelines. If at all these are also mentioned in the mail, then it will be better for the better understanding of the branches. It will be better.
In addition to the guideline, in the reports of the person.
They are not mention this one. So that the branches they will not charge the interest whatever is the guidance. The correct submission pattern is the physical documents need to be circulated to the NABARD digital offices where the bank branches through their bank digital office. The time taken for the application to reach NABARD itself is taking more than 1 or 2 months since it is in physical mode. In some cases, the subsidy documents were not sent by the bank's regional offices to the NABARD APO. Once the branch submits the claims to the respective office, they are unable to trace the status of the claims. And one creation of online portal may be done, sir. And also it may be integrated in the AC&ABC MS portal, or as mentioned in the AC&ABC revised guidelines 2025, it can be integrated in the AF portal as well. So that the flow of the subsidies application will get better reconciled. A copy of subsidy related details, transaction details to be shared with NDS and managed. All the mails related to AC&ABC subsidy claims to be sent to AC&ABC managed@managed.gov.in. This is our PMU mail, sir. This is AC&ABC PMU at managed. This is the common mail ID. So whatever the queries are there, if at all specific to this mail ID, we can directly send the documents and we can resolve the issues at a faster pace. The subsidy application will be directly routed to NABARD from branches without involving the bank regional officer. Yes. And in fact, the deal of the release of there is a financial strain because of the release of the subsidy details. Why? Because recently also I made a study that around 238 subsidy cases have studied. The average time taking is coming for 2 years for the creating of subsidy. It is hence the agreement is facing financial strain and impact on extension services and also decrease the entrepreneurship development. Since the butter from out the top, the publicity given by the agreement itself is a the awareness of the candidates should be very much good. Since the delay is happening in subsidy delays, and it is discouraging the potential applicants from entering the field.
He is going to see our litigation cases.
And also started some cooperation in the AC&ABC scheme, sir. So NABARD can promote this one branch, one agri clinic, and apart from this, NABARD can provide a circular or issue guideline to conduct the loan melas for PSUs, SBI or PNB. If at all 1 month period or 1 week, if at all they conduct the loan melas, then it is a win-win situation for the AC&ABC scheme and also for the banks. And these are the new initiatives in the 2025 guidelines. Timelines are given. Agreement to submit the project proposal and loan application via Gensummit portal and AI portal. And applications include project report vetted by the managed. And bank to process and decide within 30 days. And invitation to the applicant, NDA, DDM of NABARD and managed. Timelines are also given in the 2025 guidelines. Within 45 days, post cost installment loan disbursement, bank should submit the project profile claim forms. And RO will mark the and NABARD RO and also marking a copy to DDM, NDA and manage. Within 30 days from the complete application receipt, NABARD RO will scrutinize and forward it to the NABARD FO. And within 7 days from the RO recommendation, NABARD FO releases eligible subsidy amount to the bank. These are the timelines given in the new guidelines. And role of NABARD DDMs under the AC&ABC guidelines. The district development managers of the NABARD play a key role in the loan and subsidy process for agriculture. NTA must submit copies of DPRs and monthly status report to DDMs. Finance banks must share the loan sanction orders to NTAs and DDMs. Banks must decide on applications within 30 days and inform NTAs and DDMs and manage. Post loan disbursal, banks must submit subsidy claims to the NABARD RO with the copy expenses.
There is an action point for banks. Okay. NTS must submit copy to DDM. What to do? Banks must decide on, you know. So whether who is writing to bank? NABARD, you will get a guidelines, okay? A guideline. But just putting a guidelines will not be adequate. You have to write it later. You see in A1, they write to CEO of also bank. That's the only policy that communicates with all things. Because you will sort of it's hard to like but problem is some people essence in the policy is then it definitely like we not just what's up with so basically
and the revised agency guidelines will be looked there is a bundle of increase fund allocation to NABARD also. The subsidy amount will be placed with NABARD FO in advance. And the first quarter of every year, DA and FW shall release the first installment of subsidy allocation equal to of the previous year's total release. And subsequent releases shall be made whenever the balance of NABARD falls to 400 lakhs. NABARD shall authorize its regional offices for speedy disposal of claims submitted by the banks and applicants. Claims must be settled within a fortnight of receipt subject to fund availability. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just release the monitoring हो जाएगी एनडीओ प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है कि नहीं चल रहा है एनपीए वो देखेगा वो भी ऐड करो Thank you. So that
Nacho, Nacho, Oye, local brand, Pan and the food, or good. Presentation बना लो इसी में आपसे चलो फिर हम विश्वास में जाते कल बताएगा नहीं कैसे
देखा तुम्हारा
ओ बंदिया
मैं जिस ये
मोयू उदय आ रहे हैं उन्हें दे दीजिए एक दे दीजिए फिर उनको ला नहीं दो हाँ आ रहा है यही तो था अरे वो लेने क्या ये मोयू देखी गया हवा चलता है जब एसी वाला वो हिलता है तो वही तो है मैं यहाँ लोग से हिल अब कुछ हमारा
गुड मॉर्निंग है ना
बुक करें क्या बोलो आप मिल जाए तो चल दें अरे इसमें हम चल देंगे काम को वो तो गया 5 मिनट है तो कर रहे थे चलता है मार्केट की साथ खुद नहीं लोगों को अच्छा नहीं पालन किया करें तो रोड पे चलो ना वो
Oh, yeah, it's okay, the 20, yeah. And the insurance, previous insurance started.
ये वो कोई प्रश्न
निकाला है एक डेट
इसमें मूवी बना कर Yeah, I agree. I both. So, right sides. 5 मिनट लगेंगे तो चला चाहिए हमें तो मिलेगी यहाँ चला वो तो कुछ खाई जाए हाँ चलो
सीढ़ी है बढ़िया है तो बढ़िया यही बुलाएंगे ना उसको हाँ
Sir, request. తర్వాత కాలేజీ మీన్స్ అంటే హాస్పిటల్ 20 కదా 400 కదా నేను అందుకనే పుస్తకాలు కూడా అడిగాను జాయిన్ అయినప్పుడు ఖరీదైలో రాయించి దగ్గర సంతకాలు పెట్టి నేను పోయాను ఎంతమంది జాయిన్ అంటే ఈ కండిషన్స్ ఏం నేను చెప్తున్నాను నేను ప్రిన్సిపాల్ కొనుక్కోవాలి దీనికి మించి కాలేజీ డీటెయిల్స్ తీసుకున్నారా ఇంకెవరో ఉండేది ఆయనకి ఎదుగుతున్నారు ఏ ఊరేనా
So you said slide down more deeply. अच्छा ये जो इस बैंक जी अच्छा अच्छा ठीक 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 हाँ
How is that, sir? Charges are. Charges are, you know.
आप अगर एमओयू लेके आए हैं तो सबमिट कर दीजिए क्या एमओयू 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 तो सब रखे हैं तो उन्होंने बोला सुबह दीजिएगा दे देंगे आप नहीं होते नहीं आप बोले तो नहीं जो आए हैं वो रेट से खुद का साइन हो जाए अभी ले आए अभी ले आए मैं जिसका भेजा कि आप लेने जाएंगे फिर बात से साइंस से अच्छा वो आप हमको भी एक कॉपी करा के दे देंगे तो अभी ले आते हैं उड़ के
मेरे रास्ते में यही है।
तो अपने पास ही रखा था हाँ आप कर लो सर
अंदर हाँ
हाँ
हाँ हाँ ఇదానా లేబర్ అది నెక్స్ట్ सर्टिफिकेट बना वापस भेज देना तो पकड़ के लेके आना मैं ले आया हाँ फिर ठीक है इधर दे देना कल देखो हाँ सर मैं रिवर्स करवा के भेज दूंगा
सर वो हमारा बेसमेंट मशीन है कि नहीं?
नहीं आएगा वाला
वही भेजना
हाँ हम भेजेंगे ठीक
जब मैं वही पास आ रहा मैं उसको प्रोजेक्ट हेड होगा ना अभी डिस्कस आप लोगों ने जो रिवाइज किया सर अभी पहले आपको कल वापस कर देंगे तो no problems. And this is down like on see. तो तो आप उसी बात बोले तो ये तो मोबाइल पे अपन ये तो ना हो इस बात है सब की बात मान हमें हां बाद में शाम को कम कर दी ये देखिए फाइनल पे आपको दे दो यार जो भी एमओयू डॉक्यूमेंट लाए आप मेरे करके दे दो विभाग को मैं आपको आपके आपको दो आपको कुछ विभाग को नहीं इसके लिए क्या नहीं करेंगे ना
नहीं आपके दुकानदार को देखो कि आपने क्या उनको ध्यान में चोरी अगर है पास में तो ध्यान सुनने में दे देना नहीं बस इसके बाद में बैलेंस के just keep on so that was state सामने वाला देखा है एक बार हाँ आ रही है सर बाकी लोग हाँ Then we'll continue. Now you believe.
दूसरों को कैसे ऐसा मत So, building now onwards, there was a pre-presentation was done
And in this three presentation, they are showing them what is guideline, what is NABARD role, and what is pendencies and so on. Even our Mr. Uday, he also shown that what is the procedure to be change or adopt in terms of loan and finance, loan and subsidy. So these are the Ministry and NABARD are playing role. Now we are coming to our PDI role. And you already aware about that what are the financial for financial or for training program, what type of document you are submitting. So just I am highlighting few documents in very few slides so that you have to keep in mind during the throughout the training program since starting or initiating the training program to subsidy programs. So here during selection of candidate, that means also pre-screening stage. So pre-screening, what you have to do, if India has enrolled recently, or new NTA, they have to install their signboard outside the board. Not only new NTA, all the NTA who are already existing, and they didn't have any signboard. Some NTA they have the signboard, but inside the premises. Right? It should be reflect outside, so people can see here also one training center. Then another thing that onboarding of question paper. So here I highlighted two things: photo of signboard and building. As we checked in question paper, that ATA has enclosed that while onboarding of question paper, they have enclosed photographs of classrooms. The two photographs they have enclosed classroom photograph. So instead of classroom photograph, you have to attach photograph of first photograph of signboard and another building. So that whoever came for the visit, they can see, okay, likewise, the building is there, so they can come up to you. Third, whenever you are going to propose the new screening or new training program, just ensure that your MOU, which is recently signed, but the bank guarantee is valid or not. If it is the validity is expired, immediately go for the extended of bank guarantee or new bank guarantee. What is the procedure? Another thing, the MOU, if it is also expired, then submit the new MOU for the renewal. Third thing, you have to orientate AC&ABC scheme to the for the mobilization of candidate. So as is mentioned in the guideline also, as Satish sir also told in his presentation, that 200-kilometer radius, you have to stick on to 200-kilometer radius. If some candidates are coming from far away, that also you can take, but the sensitization should be taken 200-kilometer in radius. And also you can circulate the publication of your whatever advertisement is there in local language. So they have the greater understanding of the candidate and it can easily approach you for the further training program. Now for the scrutiny. This is the scrutiny of MIS application, not screening of candidate. So this for the scrutiny of MIS application, you have to invite the ATMA officials and either state agricultural or other department officials for the verification of scrutiny. And that scrutiny criteria, we have to check whatever criteria is there in our guideline. According to that guideline, you have to scrutinize this application. Next thing that during scrutinize, you can come to know that 1 year gap should be there after whatever the highest qualification of the candidate. After that, 1 year gap should be there. Then screening stage. So 60 applications should be there. Then NTA gets request for the screening. And then original document. This is one of the most important thing. Last workshop also I highlighted. And during this workshop also I am highlighting it. So the verification of candidate original document should be done before sending to candidate for the committee member. Okay, so once the candidate come to your NTA, just verify his document whether he is eligible or not. If he is eligible in all criteria, send for the further verification process, or else just inform him that you are not eligible for this training program. Next thing, make sure that the candidate should be recorded on your MIS portal. This is registration. He has registered to your NTA. If not in or registered to another, if he is registered to somewhere other, then in this case, if if candidate is selected in the screening, then you can go further for the rejecting of that means then his current NTI and invalidate your NTI. Then ensure in the screening the participation of our NABARD official, Department of Agriculture, even agriculture and finance representative, along with NTI. NTI should be there. Then selection of genuine candidate is most important aspect of this training program that you should ensure. You can conduct some kind of skill training, like you give him one, the candidate is coming for this training, just give one task. Suppose that we can say that if the candidate has started his venture and there is a certain, suppose that the heavy rainfall is there, then how he can overcome the losses. So just observe what things he is mentioning, how he is observing the thing, how he can calculating his loss and profit. So that thing we should calculate. So likewise, some skill test we can conduct during the screening program. Then pre-training stage. So this is the stage after screening and before starting of training programs. So if candidate is registered in another NTI, then ensure that before reporting of candidate to your NTI, at the day of inauguration, that candidate should be rejected from that current NTI and he or she should be registered at your NTI. Because of this case, some NTI has not get the training program and the training program TP number and the training program got completed. Okay. So before starting of training program, even the service are also told the training program TP number, which we can say TP number we are allotting 10 days before of the inaugural program, inauguration day. Okay. So ensure that all candidates whoever are going to participate in this particular batch, so they should all register on your MIS portal. I think checking of mobile number, because as you know that PAN number and Aadhaar number, it should be registered with the candidate permanent mobile number, because they are maybe using the subsidiary mobile number. But that candidate Aadhaar and PAN should be registered on, then one number should be registered on the both documents. It is compulsory, as well as for question paper, the same number should be registered in MIS portal, that you can make this compulsory. So after training program and establishment of his venture, this problem you will be not facing. Those you are facing it now for the registration or onboarding of question sample. Then ensure that the biometric device should be installed and linked with the managed server without any discrepancy. And also ensure that during training program, the biometric should be linked with the LAN connection or Wi-Fi. So here also that program schedule we are asking now, from last year we are asking the program schedule that you have to send for the screening. Okay, so program schedule NTI has to send during the screening, that we can consider as a tentative training program. But while requesting for the training program, the final program schedule you have to send along with the request. And this program schedule, the one resource person can be take only 2 sessions in a day, apart from soft skill and DPR preparation. So here I am highlighting some one training format I know highlight, because I seen that some NTI they have sent only training schedule. They did not mention this one. Okay, NTI name, TP number, duration, and this part they have attached. Means that's day-to-day session they have attached only. And second thing, some of the NTI they have mentioned like they are starting from here, here 1, 2, 3, and the section also first, second, third, fourth. So in this case, they are taking the use of pages also they are taking for 1, 2, 3. So this is the prescribed format we have we all have in our AC&ABC guideline also. And if it is required, the soft copy we will be provide to the NTA. So what am I going to provide? You have to mention that, the person, resource person name, their qualification and experience. Our designation also you can mention. The during training program, you should ensure that all the 35 candidates should reach your NTA 1 day before by evening. So the next day, at the time of registration or orientation, you can register this NTA to at the biometric device also. Okay, or else one thing happened, the candidate they are coming by evening and their first day attendance will be less. It marks as absent. In this case, the candidate will be absent for first day, will be considered as per biometric, because biometric only taking that if the day punch in and punch out, the both punch will be done by the candidate, then only it will become as a present. If only single punch, it will become as absent. Second, in innovation, as you are already inviting the NABARD and Atma person and bank personals also. So it should be followed. And that innovation report along with the list of candidates. In that list of candidates, in one candidate, that Excel file, you can mention their registration number, gender, and the biometric code. No need to say send it the separate report. One for biometric, another for registration. No. That one report you can send along with the registration number, biometric code, and the gender for the registration. But then this report we should receive on this the inauguration on the day of inauguration up to 2 p.m. Because first half you can take for your whatever the we can say inaugural program and registration of the candidate. But in second half, anyhow, you have to send this inaugural report. Then, as we are mentioning in the every TP allotment letter, that the social media page has to be created by the NTI, and the day-to-day activities they have to publish. Why it is important? Not for the monitoring purpose. This is also the part of monitoring. But through this social media exposure, other candidate, other person also come to know that AC/ABC program is there, and so NTA is conducting training programs, and they can see the what type of activity you are doing. So next time they will become for the registration. Next, then survey, market survey, and hands-on experience. The day has already decided in the curriculum. So the same day you have to conduct the market survey and hands-on experience. Apart from this 45-day training program, suppose that any festival is there during this program. So you just highlight this holidays if you are going to declare as a holiday for the training also, and highlight here also. But the thing is, I shown you dates. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, likewise, we are mentioning the day. Suppose that the holidays come on 5th and 7th, 5th to 6th, 7th day. 3 days holiday is there. Then like this day number it should not mention there. After the holiday, then you again continue the day for the training program.
So the holiday. Some student heads will go, other people will be there. It is required to say, excluding the festival holidays, it should be available for 40 minutes.
Yes.
It's what it is.
Yes. So excluding, means if the holiday is including for all candidates, then it should be holidays. Because then it is off for all the days, and the 3 days or 2 days or 1 day should be extended for the training program should be extended next 3 days.
Candidates that other year arrangements.
But sir, it's holiday, that means the candidate will be not there. No? Sir, also not. Yeah.
All the candidates.
It's a holiday, that is for all. If one candidate, suppose only single one candidate is there. Okay.
And then, sir, if holiday, then you have to declare for 3-day holiday. That is also a big occasion, either any big festival, or else no need to declare a holiday, sir. Just continue it. Yeah. Yeah, it's left to me. Likewise, we shall all be.
Yeah, it happens in case, our cases, last time, we have 23rd January and 26th January. So our office was closed. So effectively, the training was 45 days and the participants stayed for 47 days.
Yes, sir. So during the training program, we have to make the interaction. As I think in first week, the interaction part is there with the entrepreneurs. So for the motivating of candidate, we should call the successful entrepreneurs, especially on loan sanction, so they get more motivated for that. And NTI, this is also one problem we are having mostly that India is completing our NTI, they are not providing the food last year. Because after revising of cost norm, we not seen any cases of like this. But for the encouraging of candidates, we can make a food committee along with the candidates. So they can decide in this week, particularly what type of food they can make. And if possible, so for 15 days, we can change the committee also. So there may be transparency of candidate and they can, in case they can happy to attend the training program like this. Good. Next, CCTV footage. So that entire classroom will be covered during 45 days training program. And this CCTV recording we have to keep for 1 year. It may be called by ministry anytime. Or if suppose that the biometric was not linked, even NTI and nodal officer are managed person also not aware about this, that biometric is linked or not linked. So in that case, this recording will be as a proof for the showing that all candidates are present. So that's what this recording we have to keep. Then classroom should be properly ventilated. 45 days sir only. After training program जब नहीं चल रहा है आप recording off कर दीजिए. Only 45 days का. उसमें भी आप क्या कर सकते हैं ना? सर 36 का नहीं चाहिए हमें, only classroom का चाहिए. अभी सब कुछ तो आपको चेंज करना पड़ेगा ना. ओनली 2 कैमरा या सिंगल कैमरा जिससे क्लासरूम कवर हो रहा है उसका एक्सेस आप सेपरेट कर सकते हैं, जिसको आप डे में जब आ रहे हैं मॉर्निंग में स्टार्ट कीजिए, इवनिंग में जाके उसको ऑफ कीजिए तो आपका स्टोरेज बच जाएगा और रिकॉर्डिंग भी हो जाएगा. कुछ तो चेंजेस करना पड़ेगा. अभी गाइडलाइन में भी चेंज हुआ तो थोड़ा इंडिया को भी चेंज करना पड़ेगा. That our premises should be ventilated, clean, and equipped with the fire safety measures. That is important thing. And India should ensure the biometric device connected with the managed servers. If any case, any issue is arise, like candidate is trying to give dispatch, but the device is not accepting, just immediately take a picture or take a small video, send to your concerned consultant. So that report, better to this thing, you just communicate over the WhatsApp also immediately and send them by mail for your record also.
Sir, daily connected the Wi-Fi for directly.
Yeah. And then day-to-day program as prescribed in our guideline 2025 should be followed by the NTI. If any changes is there, immediately inform. Suppose that some nodal officer is all of a sudden he is not coming because of any uncertainty, he is not coming. So alternate you have arranged another resource person. So that you just inform to your concerned consultant by mail. Any deviation here? Any NTA should submit the document and complete process of MIS. What I personally have observed the NTI, if they will be
collect the document from the candidate before screening. Okay, so before screening, he is collecting the documents, candidate documents from all the candidates, and after just a inaugural, the next day, the NTA can send document to the manager. So within 10 days, I think within 7 days, the document will be released here, managed, and the first installment will be released by next week. What we are seeing that the ATI, they are keeping this document for 15 days with them, then they are sending, and the document is reaching us to by 25 or 30 days, then they are continuously calling, sir, our first installment, we submitted document, first installment not released. So in this case, we should, means being the, if we need first installment for the running the training program, then we should complete our procedure as soon as possible. Then we should raise a bigger on manager consultant like that. Our funds are not released yet. So DPR may be finalized with the consultation with the bankers and also submit to manage on 41st day, I think. As per schedule 41st day, you have to send to manage for the method of DPRs. If any candidate has absent more than 10 days, then you know that the candidate is not eligible for subsidy for certificate. But certain and even mentioned in the guideline, the candidate finalist you have to submit on 28th day, 20th day, and before 31st day, before 35th day, you have to submit the final list. But the scenario we are seeing that some candidate after 35 days they are continuously absent, and that it is declared that candidate is dropout. Even the last day also count as the absent present. So on that basis also candidate is declared as dropout. So in that case, finalist pro forma you just submit at that time. But if any candidate is continuously absent, then a revised finalist the next day after the training program has to be submitted to your respective consultant. Just for intimation that this is our revised finalist and so candidate is dropped out. You just highlight this candidate in the finalist as well as the candidate should be kept in living candidate in MIS portal. Okay, because before sending the request of the second installment. So this task you have to complete after second or third day the training program. Nodal officer also ensure that the Skype interaction with the candidate weekly, once, twice, thrice also can be possible. Use yourself can call to consultant and just ensure that one interaction to be made with the candidates. Then orientation of AIF, Mudra, CGST and 100,000 FEOs, it can be sensitized to the agreement of our candidates. In 45 days, there is no session for this schemes. So that Sunday is there where you are giving to either a home assignment or something. So on Sunday also you can conduct some orientation program on this schemes. Nomination of trained candidate for refresher training program. As we are seeing that nomination is compulsory. So we are requesting to all the NTIs and NTIs is also forwarding to the the trained candidate group. But we are not getting enough quantity, enough candidate. So in this case, after like this period, now there is no any refresher training program is conducting, not a plan. So now the candidate inquiries are also coming to manage as well as the NTA also. You just prepare a list of candidate who is interested for the next RTP. So just prepare a list. Whenever RTP will be circulated in our group, then the same information is just passed on to candidates so they can register. Next, Jan Samat, DPR preparation and Jan Samat. So as of finance, candidates are not getting finance because of many reasons are there. You have already highlighted in previous sessions. So that DPR, the first, if the candidate does not have enough strength or he cannot deliver his DPR, if their economic condition is also very low, then just go for the DPR for the 5 to 8 lakhs rupees. So the bank, he may not, then rejection chances will be very less. And apply loans within service area banks, that also we can got. Even the candidate, those candidate who was calling for the inauguration program or for the reporting of 45 days training. So that time if we are calling, just inform them, prepare a list of bank which are nearer to you or which is under your service area, this which are near to you. Okay, so that can be, that bank we can approach on you. Then NTA should submit a copy of the DPRs to the concerned DDM and NABARD. NTA should upload the DPR and other document to Jan Saman portal to get the in-principle approval and loan sanction. Still some problem is there, which is already discussed on Jan Saman portal. One branch, one agri clinic needs to be centralized among the bankers. So for this purpose, you are submitting the hard copy of DPR. So along with our guideline also revised. Just send the guideline, one copy of guideline, one copy of one bank, one branch, one agri clinic. Submit the documents required for the list of documents required for the subsidy. These all documents you can send with the DPR only. So there may be very less queries from the bank side, and we can search, you can go through the document, through the guideline, then handholding. So for providing handholding, NTA can sign MOU with their local banks and NABARD, RO. Then maintain candidate by record of handholding. What type of handholding they are providing frequently, how many times they are answering the candidates, or for particular candidate, they have called to bank. What are the discussion are there? Just in one book register they can maintain. So that document will be verified at the time of award nomination, or if ministry will come, so they can also verify the document like NTA is providing handholding or not. So such proof should be there in the NTA. And NTA can call all the candidates once in a month for a handholding follow-up. Either 2 months, one time in 2 months, they can also call. Then linkage of agreement with Atma and APO. So that's what we are calling the Atma, PD Atma or ATM, BTM. Okay, so we have to linkage the entrepreneurs for Atma and APO for the extension activities. Share list of establish entrepreneurs to PD Atma and make sure the use of the candidate in extension activity. Participation of NABARD and SLBC, DLCC and BLBC meeting, and they can also share or highlight their success story through various publication. In the NABARD meeting and DLCC meeting, they can highlight the success stories also and the loan pendency and sanction status also. Venture report and loan and subsidy. So, NTA should regularly submit the venture reports. What we observe, first 8 months, the NTA, they are conducting their training program. Not only 8 months, I think 10 months, up to March, they are focusing only on training program. And once the training program will be over, target will be over, then they are going for the submitting of success stories or venture establishment report. So this should not restrict on last month or when the training program was not at that time. It should be the regular. Okay. Whenever the candidate is established their venture, then continuous, you just submit this venture establishment report to consultant or manage. After verification of consultant, that venture report scanned copy should be uploaded on MIS portal. I'm repeating, after verification of consultant, they will inform he or she, they will be informed you by mail that this success story are verified and you can upload on MIS portal. Then you upload it on MIS portal. Then immediately call onboarding of Krishi Maple. And while uploading or while collecting success stories, just follow one criteria is there in our venture establishment report also, that banner should be there. So candidate activity photograph along with banner. And while onboarding of agriventure, he should take 2 photographs, one with banner, that AC/DC banner, another photograph with activity. So this format we already shared to the NTA. Once again, we will be shared this format to all the NTAs. Here you can see that name of XYZ, Krishna is name of venture, then name of NTA is also there. If it is financed by bank, then bank name. If not, then no need to mention that. And next thing is detail of agricultures along with his contact number, mail ID, and address. NTA should be. Yeah, that I already mentioned. After confirmation from manage, you have to upload this venture establishment report in MIS portal and this member. And I have to regularly upload the loan sanction and subsidy data in MIS that we are verifying now. And they are regularly they are sending loan sanction letter in WhatsApp group. Once Ministry of Agriculture they inform, then they are starting to upload in MIS portal. But still, we are this year. I didn't get any single pro forma bill for uploading of loan and subsidy data in our local database. This is the regular practice that India have to follow. So pro forma bill available on our website, AC/ABC website. Just submit that data to our local database for updating and manage also. Then National Agripreneurship Award. So all India must be uploading AC/ABC portal as well as onboarding on Krishi Maple. This one criteria. It is applicable for NTA and agriculture. Then second thing, the success rate, whatever success rate reflecting in MIS portal, that may be followed for the awarding, for the award application. And before informing to the candidate, after informing to the candidate for the award, NTA has to conduct one orientation session. That candidate, that orientation session for agriculture. So how they have to fill the application. There are many information we are asked for the particular story, and in that we have observed that NTA has said only yes. Other it is filled by the candidate. They are mentioning yes, yes, no, yes. And what observation we should make? Whether we score it or not. Some of the entrepreneurs they are mentioning in one line. Yeah, we are doing so and so. Just NTA has sensitized them what information they have to mention in this particular heading. Okay. Ensure that that information should be briefly mentioned in that sub-column along with the supporting documents. The document also have to be attached to justify that it is correct. The information filled by the entrepreneur, it is correct. He is enclosing the supporting document. Supporting document may be photographs. If he is doing extension activity, photograph can be or any letter from the concerned authority. Likewise. So supporting document should be there. Then only score will be there. Then only that information will be marked as correct. And final, after submitting of this report, means all the award application to the NTA is thoroughly verified. You have to thoroughly verify along with the document of that application, and only genuine cases, correct information application has to be sent to the manager. This is from my side. Thank you. Deeply information regarding the documents you will be shared. This is the main point I have highlighted, which all the India have to keep in mind from starting of training to
and Mr. Dawala. Thank you.
Now I'd like to invite Mr. Bala Vishnu, Program Executive. To present an orientation demonstration on operational procedure of AC&ABC scheme MIS portal.
I will buy the class program executive MIS. Short for no, the registration process are already before MIS. But there are some units, like 3 more units here. They don't know how to research and about agree with the establishment uploading of documents, UPS, like Goa, JPP, and Goa Trust. And now I will explain briefly point to point and will share the PPT in the group also. If you have any doubts, you can opportunity to ask. The first of all, you can see here, the first of all, NTA will be allotted to username and password from the manage after completing of the MOU signing and binary process. And after that, manage will register your NTA in the MIS portal and the AC&ABC website. If not, if your NTA is not reflected in the application.net or else in the MIS portal, you can directly call to your state consultant. We will do the okay, candidates to register in MIS. This is the AC&ABC MIS portal. Application registration process. So this is the main dashboard of our MIS portals, and these are the menus for that. You can see the MIS portal like home, about us, field, dashboards, knowledge institutes, and program reports. Apply online. This is the main first step where the candidate can register the NTA from apply online. This is the application registration box. Here, give the number, give the name which is enrolled in the Aadhaar card, mainly. As per Aadhaar card. If you are changing the Aadhaar card in the UIDAI website and you are giving some other name and Aadhaar card is different from that, the application will be not standing. After the name and the Aadhaar number match with the UIDAI, then that time only application will be successful. And we are in the other part, don't give the special character like comma, full stop. So should not give the special characters. And this is the after submitting, this is the NTA approval process. NTA will screen the candidates who applied for training.
One thing,
Yes, sir.
you go to the educational qualification, eligibility criteria, can you go in the form fill up? Drop down,
Yes, sir.
the educational qualification drop down.
This is the education for me.
Yeah, there are some more criteria, those are not in the guideline. So it should be the eligibility criteria में जो है वही रखना चाहिए guideline में. Guideline में जो है that should be in the drop down.
Okay, sir.
So MBA and all these things are there.
The comments are
Yeah, but just general MBA. ऐसे कुछ है नहीं. Only the guideline में जो है वही रहना चाहिए.
okay, sir.
Better, no?
Okay, sir. And the people, on the extension of murder, don't give the brief, we have given the brief, but don't give the brief. You will like agri-clinics, dairy, piggery, whatever it may be, you like the small ones. Because if you give the big, the somebody, they are writing like 20 words, 20 words, 200 words like that. You small writing, send to 20 words, that's it. So this is the NTA approval process. after you when you log into the NTA login, NTA आप जो भी हमें हमारा भेजा देना सर, जो भी हमारा 35 कैंडिडेट्स का वो भी जाते हैं, NTA will approve, आपको अप्रूवल प्रोसेस तो पूरा आपको मालूम है सर, yes sir. This is the approval process in the NTA login. Where the candidates you can see in the applicant actual. Here they are pending approval, which are approved by management. You can see all the pending approvals are here. Pending approval, and you just keep marking the check box and you approve the jobs.
Very important actually.
So you can you approve here in the check box. Just you approve that and you approve. Okay. After that, whatever the TP number allocated by the management, myself or if you call, you can directly call to me or you can directly call to your state master, right? Whatever the TP number given by the management, that should be given as the batch number. Summary is, whatever the TP number allocated by the management needs to be entered in the batch number and shown above. इधर थोड़ा लोग क्या करेंगे इधर बैच नंबर डाल रहे हैं और इधर बैच नंबर उसका फर्स्ट है 0001 0025 25TH है तो 606TH ऐसा लगा है मगर इधर जो भी बैच नंबर आते हैं 1 2 3 4 that is the TP number given by management. This should be same. The both numbers are should be there. This is the batch number given by TP number given by management and here also should be the same. And this is the inauguration report and group photo. After the here, you select the TP number will be shown here. Whatever the TP number given by the management, you select the TP number. You give the to and fro dates. What is the from and to dates? You upload here documents, group photo and inauguration PDF and check. Sir, you want here only intake. Upload the documents, not students, because students are some students are they are telling that we are not getting OTP. We are unable to upload the documents because why we are dealing with that to the candidates because here upload process here upload a document when the students comes to you verify the documents and you verify the particular recipient form and all the related education qualification Aadhaar card and then you upload the document from your side. The documents are you can store here. And when all the tick marks come here, you go for upload. That is already removed from our dealing from our mainly due to that agriculture establishment, we have dealing with this. Either it may be second installment received or not. You just after 45 days, you can directly now upload your DPR and directly you can upload your agriculture also. Before it was enabled, now it is disabled, sir. Either it may be distributed, after second installment try to put different between the amount will be differentiated. DPR upload process. Sir, this is the main thing that some like Virapata sir, other Kamam, they are facing some issues in the DPR upload process. Here first, NTA should submit the loan. Here, outside when you go into in your login, NTA login, you go for that submit loan application. When you enter the candidate ID, applicant ID, we follow the 10 numbers. You can see the page ID. When all the patients with the data, whatever the data given in the time of registration, all the data is directly you can it will be directly this way. It will here. And after that, you select here. Either you is applying for same NTA or other. Maximum all are for same NTA only. After whatever is going for everything, is going for any dairy farm, is going for any vegetable farm, you select here and type of venture, you select here, name of the venture, whatever
name your, like Bala Agri, it's like that. You give here, and district, banking, branch, this is the final process. The update loan details. Whenever you are sending the first application to the bank, you are sending details to the local manager. After we are sending that all to the after the 2,500 series. After when the candidate says that the loan is sanctioned to you, you upload the update loan details here, sir. And before getting to the supplement, I have seen the loaded up within the mail. They are simply creating in the Excel and they are uploading. Somebody got 10 lakhs loan, somebody that their own without any sanction letter or without any bank sanction letter. They are doing the work and they are uploading. We are checking here and we are directly rejecting from our side. This should be done after no sanction letter. Now the applicant, some of our NDAs asked for touch box. We have created a touch box in the application loan sanction also. When you give the application here, the bank will be shown here, and after the bank, if you select here, central bank, I think some will be complete. If it is then you approve here. If it is not, you reject from here. After seeing this all, this unknown. When you get this, when you click on this, you will get the bank sanction letter here. By saying if you found that is correct, you can directly approve here. Or when you this is not when you think it is not yes, sir, BPR. If it is this one not found, you can directly reject here and you give the. But आपको कंपनी का सर कुछ लोग फंक्शन लेकर आपको कैंडिडेट को अपलोड इसके बाद आपको मिल जाता है उसका मिलना और इधर आप इधर देख सकते हैं आप अनुरोध पर इधर आपको डायरेक्टली मिल टिक ऑन अब जो भी कैंडिडेट बैंक सैंक्शन तो एचडीएफसी का इधर एचडीएफसी बैंक सेलेक्ट करा है सेंट्रल बैंक हाँ अपलोड अपलोड लोन सैंक्शन अपलोड लोन सैंक्शन आपको इधर देख करके आप लोग can approve here or reject here. For register, you view the results.
This is the category one is complex या अपने आप सिस्टम पर आ जाता है
नहीं सर कैंडिडेट क्या
सर
दिस इज द हेल्थ फैक्टर ऑफ दिस प्रोसेस ये पूरा जो भी आप दिया है आपको अप्रूव करने के लिए ये पूरा आ जाता है वंस यू क्लिक ऑन अप्रूव ये पूरा आ जाता है सर अब ये देख सकते हैं और बैंक डिस्ट्रिक्ट पूरा क्रिएट करना है सर एंड व्हाट इज द सैंक्शन लेटर बैंक आपको देता था to directly to your file and letter and to directly update it. और अपडेट देने के बाद वो फाइल मैनेज वाला नेक्स्ट द स्टेप इज और जब भी आप अपलोड करते हैं सर द कंसर्न विल चेक बाय द प्रोग्राम आफ्टर दैट द फाइल अपलोड कम टू मी इफ इट इज जेन्युइन आई विल अप्रूव और एल्स आई विल रिजेक्ट आई विल रिजेक्ट हियर इटसेल्फ नो नीड ऑफ गोइंग फॉर एनी लोन्स एंड बैंक के लिए पास जाना नहीं तो सब्सिडी नहीं आ रही और नंबर को फिर डायरेक्टली यू कैन कांटेक्ट योर कंसर्न कंसल्टेंट दे विल गिव द आंसर और यू कैन कॉल टू मी सर इसका मेरा ये है नहीं इतना दिन होगा मैं नहीं आया भाई मैं डायरेक्टली बोल देता हूँ कहीं को नहीं आया मैं रिजेक्ट करा क्यों रिजेक्ट करा इधर मैं जो भी है मेरे पास ऐसा पूरा रिजेक्शन का आंसर का अपलोड आपको डायरेक्टली यू कैन सी इन योर इंडिया लैंग्वेज आप रिजेक्ट हो तो भी आप देख सकते हैं और यू कैन सी आप रिपोर्ट्स में भी दे सकते हैं रिजेक्ट अपना भारत नाफट जो डैशबोर्ड में आपको रिपोर्ट्स ऑफ सब्सिडी डिटेल्स बोल के रहता है उधर आप देख सकते हैं रिजेक्टेड कैंडिडेट्स सैंक्शन कैंडिडेट सब्सिडी कैंडिडेट अब मैं रिजेक्ट किया और रिजेक्ट में दिखता था आपको अब मैं अप्रूव किया अप्रूवल में दिखा था अगर सब्सिडी में चलेगा और आई थिंक दैट इज ऑलरेडी अपलोड बाय मैनेज फॉर नेक्स्ट के लिए इधर आपको जो भी कहीं को आप विजिट कर रहे हैं इधर दे दीजिए और डायरेक्ट हो जाता है अपडेट सब्सिडी डेट सर वो सब्सिडी के लिए अभी मैं बोला था जब भी ये सब्सिडी का पता था जब मैं अप्रूव करने के बाद जब भी मैं अप्रूव करता हूँ मेरा लॉगिन में मैं पूरा देखने के बाद कंसल्टेंट देखने के बाद मैं मेरे फादर का मेल मैं देखने के बाद आपको इधर दिख जाएगा, इधर मैं सब्सिडी अपडेट करने के लिए आपके साथ आ जाता है, आपको दिक्कत रहेगा। इसमें आप डायरेक्टली यू कैन अपडेट सब्सिडी डिटेल एंड हियर सर मेन थिंग इधर क्या है सर, आपका जो भी नाबार्ड रिपोर्ट में हमारा एग्रीकल्चर डॉट नेट में जो भी आपको नाबार्ड रिपोर्ट आ रहा, डायरेक्टली यू हाईलाइट दैट पर्टिकुलर वन एंड यू डायरेक्टली अपलोड देयर without that somebody are in Excel sheet they are giving somebody is sanction my letter उसके लेटर पे देके आप मेरे को 2 लाख का लोन मिला, सब्सिडी मिला, 5 लाख का दे, you are rejecting that, currently you are rejecting that, whatever the uploaded comes from NABARD, main thing NABARD से जो भी हाईलाइट करके आता वही हम अपलोड कर रहे हैं because we are checking our consent, अब जो आपको आपका लेटर पे करे तो we are rejecting that। सर आपको जो भी एप्लीकेशन डाला था उसके पूरा आ जाता सर, आपको सेम माना सब्सिडी आपको आ जाता सर, लेकिन नाबार्ड फ्रॉम से इधर आप डायरेक्टली अपलोड यू कैन डायरेक्टली इसको हाईलाइट करके हम अपॉइंट इधर है डायरेक्टली यू कैन अपडेट अग्रीकल्चर अपलोड कर तो मालूम है सर, बाहर आपको ये डोंट नीड आपको लॉगिन इन द एनटीआई लॉगिन ऑन समथिंग बाय डायरेक्टली यू कैन अपलोड अपने ऑनलाइन, उसके नीचे आपको एग्रीकल्चर एस्टैब्लिशमेंट रिपोर्टिंग बोल के आता है, डायरेक्टली यू कैन गिव योर applicant ID here, the other data will be reflected like this, you do whatever the आपको जो भी एग्रीकल्चर है इधर दे दीजिए, का नाम, डेट एंड whatever the success story the candidate has given to you and with the seal and agriculture Atma employee or state agriculture officer, whatever and your NTR still and stamp will be there, sir. You upload whatever the percentage is there and whatever you have any license or it, you make it as one PDF, all the files you upload here in the upload document, you will present directly submit here. We will check again, sir. And उसके बाद आपको तो आपका लॉगिन में आ जाता सर, आपको वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर आपके इसमें आपके लॉगिन इंडिया लॉगिन में नीचे आपको एग्रीकल्चर वेरिफिकेशन बोल के आ सकता है, उसमें डायरेक्टली यू कैन टिक मार्क देयर एंड वेरीफाई। उसके बाद आप डायरेक्टली देख सकते हैं सर किधर आपको कितना वेंचर से कितना दिया गया आपके लॉगिन में, यू कैन सी इन योर लॉगिन देयर यू कैन फाइंड हाउ मेनी एग्रीकल्चर वेरीफाइड इन द लॉगिन। If there is something one to differentiation, you can directly send a mail to me or मेरे को directly call करिए नहीं तो consultants बोलिए। If the minor we have 10-20, you directly call immediately call me, I will rectify that. Someone facing some user does not exist. Already हम अब सुबह मेल किया तो आप लोगों तक आपका डिले हो जाता है, आपको ना माल मिलेगा in the group, हम आप हाफ डे में वन डे में कर रहे हैं। If you are busy or if we have any holiday, just we are after holiday we are doing that. That's it. Any questions, sir?
सर ये लॉन और सब्सिडी अपडेट अपडेट का है ना,
Yes, sir.
वहाँ पर आपने फॉर्मेट चेंज किया है, एमआई नंबर डाल सामने
Yes, sir. Directly we can
हाँ प्रोसेस ठीक है, पहले से बेटर है,
okay, sir.
लेकिन जैसे अब उसको उस तरह कर सकते हैं, इस प्रकार से ये अपन जो प्रपोजल सबमिट करते हैं ओनली एमआईएस नंबर ही पेश करते हैं, सामने उसका डेटा शो होता है इंडिविजुअल कैंडिडेट का, थोड़ा और टाइम कंज्यूम ज्यादा होता है।
Sir, I'm trying to make it, sir. Some of the candidates are there who are applying for HDFC Bank, and the same candidates they are uploading, they are going for another state bank also, sir. वो अब हम जब वो applicant ID देते हैं सर, system bank that is unable to take, हम मैं HDFC का लेना, मैं तो स्टेट बैंक का लेना उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा, इसलिए भी अब HDFC में कितने हैं वो देख सकते हैं, and इससे पहले तो एक बार पूरी मैडम आई थिंक यू हैव सेंड मी एक कैंडिडेट का 10 बार आता था, now it is rectified I think so, already हम ग्रुप में शेयर किया था सर मैंने।
नहीं सर, ये तो टैग तो एमआईएस का नंबर से होगा ना सर, एप्लीकेशन आईडी से।
ऐसा अब आपको सेम आपको लोन नहीं मिला सर, अब यू आर गोइंग फॉर स्टेट बैंक और उधर में नहीं मिला सर, यू आर गोइंग फॉर HDFC समथिंग बैंक और एप्लीकेशन सेम आईडी तो सेम रहता ना सर, मगर बैंक का चेंज नहीं। जब हम उधर सर्च के लिए डालते सर, the system is not getting the particular where it is not getting from which bank it to state, इसलिए मैं सबका बाहर लगा दिया सर। सर पहले तो आप अच्छा है सर, बहुत अच्छा है, अब we will do सर, ठीक सर, नो इशू।
रिपोर्ट ऑन लोन एंड सब्सिडी जो है
Yes, sir.
उसमें सबका क्यों दिखाता है, एनटीए का क्यों नहीं दिखाता है? तो
Rectified now, sir, already.
वो सबका ही दिखाता है अभी कभी
यूपी का महाराष्ट्र के महाराष्ट्र का दिखा रहा
हाँ, हाँ,
महाराष्ट्र का दिख रहा यूपी
दिखाता है, वो पहले दिखना चाहिए हमारे लॉगिन में।
हाँ हम लोग बताए सर ऑलरेडी वी हैव सेंड मेल टू एनआईसी
मतलब क्या हो रहा है, मतलब कैसे कि
नहीं सर वही सर फिल्टरेशन है और अभी हम पुणे से है महाराष्ट्र एसएसबी पुणे है आपका लॉगिन आईडी है आपको ओनली एसएसबी पुणे का दिखा रहा पूरा महाराष्ट्र का जो भी है सबका दिखा रहा ओके वी हैव सेंड मेल सर नॉट ओनली दैट वी हैव नंबर ऑफ इश्यूज इन एमआईएस rectifying the small level है सर
प्रॉब्लम है क्या वो, मतलब
टेक्निकल है सर फिल्टरेशन प्रॉब्लम आपका उधर एसएसबी पुणे का होना मगर गेम्स का सबका उसमें आ रहा है एसएसबी पूरा जो भी है सबका आ रहा है वो फिल्टरेशन छोटा है सर वो हो जाएगा
आपको मैंने मेल किया।
हाँ हो जाता मैडम वो वेट जो भी है वी आर बिजी फ्रॉम फ्राइडे ड्यू टू दिस वर्कशॉप
बस चेंज
हाँ ओके
मैं
okay we are busy from Friday that's why we are not open mail also and after this workshop it will be done we should not show the other side to public इससे पहले तो आधार कार्ड डाले तो आपका पूरा अभी कुछ भी नहीं है तो ऐसा आधार कार्ड डायरी में होके एक्ट है लीगल है इससे पहले प्रीवियस आपको पूरा जो भी आधार कार्ड है पूरा आधार कार्ड होगा अभी हम नहीं शो करें ओनली 4 नंबर भी शो है दैट ड्यू टू द लीगल इशू विद मिनिस्ट्री
आपको नहीं कर सकते
नहीं सर अदर स्टेट का नहीं करते थे वो भी आप स्ट्रीमलाइन में वो भी कर रहे थे सर सर ऑनलाइन मीटिंग में लास्ट मीटिंग में ऑनलाइन मीटिंग में बोला था अदर स्टेट का नहीं कर रहे थे दैट इज स्मॉल प्रॉब्लम पर सारे साल का हम बात कर रहे थे वो भी होता प्लीज हो जाता है सर तो मैंने डिस्कस किया था बादल सर जो मोटी लोग सब्सिडी क्लेम और एकत्रित करेंगे सर व्हाई नॉट एमआईएस को ही उसका पोर्टल बना दिया जाए जो बैंक जब एक बार सैंक्शन मतलब बैंक सैंक्शन कर रहे तो जो बैंक को सब्सिडी क्लेम करनी तो वो एमआईएस में ही डायरेक्ट जाके वहां पर लोन एप्लीकेशन डाले जो चेकलिस्ट होती है वो चेकलिस्ट रहे बैंक उसी में सारा चेकलिस्ट के नाबार्ड के हिसाब से डॉक्यूमेंट्स डाल दिया वो डॉक्यूमेंट जैसे ही डालते हैं वो वेरीफाई हुआ आरओ ने वेरीफाई किया उनकी अपनी लॉगिन आईडी हर बैंक की मिल जाए वंस वो हो गया नाबार्ड के पास अपने आप इंफॉर्मेशन चला गया कि बच्चे का लोन सैंक्शन हो चुका है इसकी सब्सिडी लेने के लिए आ गई तो वहां से वो चेक करेंगे अगर कुछ भी रिमार्क डाल रहे हैं डॉक्यूमेंट चल रहे थे तो वो हमें भी पता लग रहा है मैनेज को भी पता लग रहा है रेक्टिफिकेशन करना बहुत इजी हो जाएगा और सब्सिडी भी टाइम की आ रही है बस एक ही हेडेक जो हम लोग के लिए रहेगा जिससे रहेगा बच्चे का लोन सैंक्शन करा ऑनलाइन पोर्टल से सब कुछ सॉर्टेड हो सकता है जो डिले होता है लोन भी सैंक्शन बच्चे कई बार होता है कि लोन हो जाता है हम बताते हैं 6 महीने बाद वो आएंगे हमारे पास कि अब सब्सिडी नहीं तब वो हमें कॉल करके बताता तो अगर जब बैंक की डायरेक्ट क्लेम करने के लिए उसको ये पोर्टल यूज करना पड़ेगा तो ऑटोमेटिकली बैंक की वहीं पे सारी चीजें डाटा डाल तो सर ये चीजें और हमारे पास पोर्टल बहुत अच्छा पोर्टल हमारा खुद का बना हुआ है कोई और पोर्टल की रिक्वायरमेंट है सारा डाटा ऑलरेडी जा रहा है सर अगर मिनिस्ट्री इस चीज को इसी में इंक्लूड कर दे बहुत ज्यादा सर होगा हमारी हैंड होल्डिंग सब्सिडी वाली नहीं होगी कोई बात नहीं लेकिन ये चीजें सॉफ्टवेयर हो गई फॉर ऑल वो चीज सारी चीजें खत्म हो मीटिंग सर एपी नहीं देते सर बैंक मिला है वो एपी हमारे को देना और नाबार्ड जो भी है अलग बैंक
Actually, the requirements that proposal to keep this process in AF portal. Guidelines में mention किया है AF portal में subsidy claims होगा. But we don't know when it will happen.
सारा डाटा हमारे पास पे है हमें भी कहीं लॉगिन अलग देखना नहीं पड़ेगा इसी लॉगिन से सारा सब कुछ मैटर हमारे पास हम लोग के लिए भी वर्किंग बहुत ईजी होगी हाँ, इसका टोटल लोन बैंक का है। बैंक को एक्चुअली वो पेमेंट्स को रिलीज करना है।
पर बैंक को भी तो कोई प्रॉब्लम आता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम आएगी।
Like how we given to India.
कैसे आपकी हो जाए?
बैंक के पास से
एक्चुअली रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहे हैं। बाद में हमने जन समय को लेके एक मीटिंग लिया था some 5-6 months before. And then we called bankers there. And we just asked actually why you are not mentioning the reason for rejection of that loan application. As per the RBI guidelines, there is a mandatory, if you are rejecting the loan, then you have to mention the reason. But 90% cases, they are not even mentioning the reason for rejection. For that also, we raised the concern, but bankers, मतलब किसका सुनेंगे वो बैंक?
बैंकर्स का तो जब हम लोग करते हैं, ज्यादातर एनटीआई में भी ये चीज बैंकर्स भी कहते हैं कि सारी जितनी और स्कीम्स हैं सब में तो डिजिटल से हम लोग अप्लाई कर देते हैं, इसमें डिजिटल से है नहीं।
मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, एक्चुअली देखिएगा धीरे धीरे क्या हो रहा है ना कि नाउ एवरी बैंक दे आर कमिंग फॉरवर्ड। लास्ट वीक आई गॉट अ कॉल फ्रॉम बैंक ऑफ इंडिया हेड ऑफिस मुंबई, and they are asking me to give 3 years data of all the trainees under AC&ABC and also the pending proposal under the Bank of India across the country. We have submitted that data. So this is a kind of business for them. Definitely, if Bank of India, even this morning, he was talking about whether we can substitute NABARD with such kind of bank. Now we are giving 3% actually to the NABARD. With that 3%, if we actually that is discussed with the Bank of India or SBI or even HDFC, that 3% that will be the additional incentive for them. But most of the, even all the loan proposals across the country, they might have grabbed that business, and that is a competition between the banks. Is it? So I'm working in that way. Because just by simply I go to the bank, even ministry will write to the bank, they are not bound to listen. But if I ask him, I can give you business, then definitely they will respond. And it is, I think, a maximum.
Sir, why can't the manage itself do it, sir?
But 30% also we can.
No, these are.
Actually. Yeah, what we have, what we are doing, we are only giving that 3% interest subvention to the that particular bank, not that even can. So that ministry is sending that 3% interest subvention to manage and then manage the disbursement with respect to bank. That one we are doing. But see, actually since beginning there are 3 pillars for the scheme: ministry, manage, and NABARD. Everybody is having their own responsibility. NTI and manage is a single unit. We are in implementation. Policy funding that ministry is doing. If the bankers part, if we took in our hand, then I have to recruit bankers first instead of this consultant. So that is very concerned. I'm getting result in fact. SBI, they are responding very that is promptly from their headquarters. They are going to contact this person. SDFs also they are responding, and now when they came to know about these 2 bankers, most of the business they are grabbing. Now Bank of India. First, the regional office came to regional officer came to me, and he actually explained his plan. And now, just last week I got a call from headquarters, Mumbai. So let them we will go make a competition between the banks. And let them go, no issue. But slowly this issue will be solved.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bala. This is the last session in this program. By Mr. Uday Kumar ji, he will discuss on documentation process and record keeping under AC&ABC scheme.
लास्ट रो आपके मोबाइल में जाता है, आप ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। बहुत देर से देख रहा हूँ तीनों को। हाँ, मोबाइल में लगे पड़े आप, थोड़ा तो ध्यान रखिएगा। आप बोलेंगे
I'm going straight to the topic. My topic is the orientation on documentation process, financial aspects, and record keeping under the AC&ABC program. The first thing is submission of MOU. With regard to the submission of MOU, what are the documents to be submitted by the Nodal Training Institute? Covering letter. For every set of documents, whatever it might be the first installment, second installment, the covering letter is mandatory. All the NTS should ensure that they will attach a covering letter with relevant subject, and MOU on 100 rupees stamp paper is 2 original copies, and the MOU format is already uploaded in the AC&ABC website. Along with the MOU, the following details are to be submitted: contact details of nodal officer, along with his curriculum detail and detailed address of the training institute, bank account details, PFMS details, and Darpan ID for private NTS. And MOU should be renewed every 3 years. Without MOU, no NTS should conduct any program. However, we are maintaining the register and data for the NTS, but without any valid NTA, valid MOU, no NTA are supposed to do the training programs. And submission of bank guarantee with covering letter with relevant subject and bank guarantee of rupees 2.5 lakhs for private NTS issued by the national banks for a period of 5 years, and this should be renewed before 5th year. And the BG format is uploaded in the AC&ABC website, and after this, the NTA should be onboarded in the customer application. And what are the documents required for request for screening committee meeting? Same request letter for the Nodal Training Institute and list of candidates at least 60, along with the education qualification details and MIS IDs. Soft copy and tentative training program field with name, education qualification and experience of resource persons. And pre-screening sheet should be submitted to manage 1 day before the screening committee meeting. This is the pre-screening scorecard. In this serial number 1 to 5. That is age, gender, family background, qualification, and experience. This mark should be pre-filled. During the pre-screening itself, this mark should be entered, and 1 day before the screening committee meeting, the NTA is supposed to send this pre-screening scorecard. And the scrutiny of the applications will be done jointly by an official of NTA, along with any official from ATMA or Dr. Technology team or State Agriculture and Analytic Departments. And for this purpose, NTA will coordinate with PD ATMA. Only after the pre-screening, the eligible candidates will be called for the admission.
Exactly. Just because discussed in the meeting, actual meeting, that this pre-screening can be downloaded easily from the Excel file of all the applications.
Yes, that way, since we are
Let's do it.
Yes.
We have to do it manually, no?
nice.
Up to the qualification, it can be easily done.
Yes.
Excel file.
And document verification of the information uploaded in the MS portal on the day of screening. On the day of screening itself, the NTA should check the qualification and 1 year gap from the certificate issue date and check for age criteria, whether he is falling in the 21 to 60 age group, and check Aadhaar, PAN, bank account details and mobile number of the candidate. And copy of the following document should be taken by the NTA: Aadhaar card copy, bank passbook, PAN card, the degree certificate and mark sheet, photo and caste certificate. If the candidate is selected in the screening but registered with another NTA, obtain the NOC from the particular NTA, and the NTA should be reject the candidate in the MS portal. This should be taken care during the
Plus,
which one?
plus.
Education qualification. That you can take.
How to put 10.
Actually, highest qualification degree is enough. Okay.
नहीं चल रहा है.
And final scorecard will be released by all the committee members. And request for training program approval. Requested from the nodal officer for approval of training program 15 days before the scheduled training program date. And screening committee report with the signature of all committee members, and final training program schedule will start date and end date as per the AC&ABC guidelines with respect to the name, qualification, and experience. And details of all the waitlist candidates screened earlier to be submitted with each training program approval. TP number will be allotted by management immediately after the request of training program approval. And list of 35 candidate names along with AC&ABC MIS registration IDs and other numbers should be submitted to management. This will be tentative list, since they might not attend. If at all that whatever the 35 candidates you have submitted the list, if they attended, it is well and good. If another changes are there on the day of the inauguration, you should submit the list of the 35 candidates. Training program inauguration to be submitted on the first day of the training program. Documents to be submitted NTA can start the training program only after the receiving of the training program approval letter from the manager. And the inauguration report and photos along with node of the signature should be submitted. List of selected candidates with MIS ID numbers should be submitted after approval in the MS portal. Biometric code, name of the candidate and gender in the Excel sheet. And the gender don't give M and F, a male and female, fully issued. And these are the first installment documents which should be submitted within the 10 days of the training program. If at all during the screening committee meeting, if you've taken all the copies of the candidates documents, it will be very easy to submit this document within on the first day itself. The NTA can submit the first installment payment documents. Again, if the first installment documents are delayed, our account section is raising so many questions why it is delayed, and again we have to give the explanations to them. Because of this, again the payment is being delayed. And make sure that the first installment payment documents will be dispatched to manage on the first day itself, first day and second day. And the documents need to be submitted covering letter, original inauguration report and group photos. And group photo also, the group photos are like that when the classroom, the resource person is teaching, only that resource person will be there. The group photo should be all the 35 candidate faces should be visible clearly. That type of group photos you can send. And screening committee reports, recent and previous screening committee reports, if red district candidates are selected, you can highlight the candidates in each screening committee report. How many screening committee reports you have submitted? All the screening committee reports in that each screening committee report, you highlight the new as candidates and final training schedule. And also list of the candidates for the training program and application fee deposited by the candidates and individual application of the candidates. MS application, Aadhaar card, eligibility certificates, and navigators. Note all the documents should be original and submitted by node officer and hard copy should be submitted. After that, ID should be allotted by the manager. And release of the first installment, 60% training expenditure will be done. Thanks for issuing certificates. On the 30th day of the training program, manager will dispatch certificates to node training institute. The following documents to be submitted. Final list of the candidates in the prescribed format. After 20 days of commencement of the training program, but within the 35 days, the finals should be submitted. And candidates' digital photographs must be clear and uniform. Many times the candidates' digital photographs are not at all proper. Make sure that candidates' digital photographs must be very much clear, and they should be passport size photos, not selfies like that. And biometric address details for 30 days. And certificates will be dispatched to NTA on 30th day of the training program. On the last day of the training program, the node officer must ensure that candidates with more than 5 days absence are not issued with certificates. NTA must return the certificate to manage. Earlier it was 3 days, now it is revised to 5 days. Whoever the candidates having absent is more than 5 days, they are not should be issued with the certificates. And the certificates will not be issued to the candidates having absent more than 5 days during the 40 days training. And the candidate will attend the missed classes in the next training at the same NTA along with record of biometric attendance. After completion, certificate will be issued to these candidates, leaving candidates. The certificate will not be issued to the candidates who was absent for more than 10 days due to any reason. The NTA should select the leaving candidates option in the MS. And then these are the second installment documents. Within 15 days of the completion of the training program, the following documents should be same again. If at all the NTA makes any delay, the account officer is again raising the questions and putting the remarks on the files. He is not processing the claims fast. And the document should be submitted within the 50 days of the completion of the training program. Covering original utilization certificates, annexes C and D, lodging and boarding certificate, complete biometric address report, leave details, and ROM for staff and officers of the training institute. And original medical certificates, validatory report and photos, acknowledgement of certificate received, final feedback summary. And all the documents should be original, signed by node officer, and hard copies should be submitted. For this, management will release the second installment of 40%. And this is the training request certificate format. And this is also whenever you are getting the UC signed by the CA, before getting signed by the CA, you just send the field format to your respective consultant. He will verify whether it is okay or not. Then you can sign it with the CA. And here also main thing, the duration. Many of the NTS they are sending the UC with the wrong duration. Duration is they are now November, December, they are putting, this should be avoided. And to avoid this, all the soft copies of the UCs before signing with CA, they should be shared with your consultant. And these headings should not be changed from the accommodation, whatever the headings are, the payment headings, these should be like that only. It should not be touched. And this is the format for Northeast and East states. And submission of detailed project reports to manage, DPR waiting by manage during the last week of the training program. The detailed project reports are to be submitted to manage for validation or waiting. The detailed project reports should be weighted by manage, and these weighted manage DPRs only should be submitted to the banks. And handling expenses. The handling funds to be released in 3 stages for credit linked agreements. This is for credit linked agreements. Whatever the agreements established should be the credit support. In these 3 stages, we will be releasing the handling funds. First one is that DPR preparation and bank loan sanction. And the second stage is after getting the loan facility and disbursement of first installment loan to the candidate. And the third stage is after establishment of agreements by the candidate and release of subsidy amount by the NABARD to the subsidy reserve fund account. For stage 1, what are the documents required? Stage 1 is submission of DPR and loan sanction, covering letter with relevant subject, pro forma A, along with Jansaman, EDIS, and bank acknowledgement receipt or postal receipt and delivery receipt as a proof of submission of DPR to the banks, and Jansaman Excel file, submission of soft copies of DPRs to the managed, submission of loan sanction letter, and the utilization certificates for this submitted and take within 1 month from the date of receipt of the amount as per the format available. This is the pro forma format. Here I request all the NTAs, since handling is a continuous process, NTAs need not to submit all the TPRs and upload all the Jansaman at a time during the last week of the training program. Why? Because what's happening is if you upload all the 35 candidates in Jansaman, the banks contact to all the 35 candidates, only few candidates like 5 to 10 candidates will be immediately ready to take the loan. Remaining candidates will take time. That's why you submit this DPR and loan sanction in phased manner. You are having 1 year handling period time. Phase wise, each training program you can submit 2 to 3 times pro forma and these required documents. As I meant the candidate avails the loan. This is the pro forma. This format is already in the set. This is a UC for 1500. Handling UC. And handling stage 2 for loan disbursement. These are the documents required. Covering letter with the relevant subject. Indians need to submit pro forma B1 and bank loan statement showing disbursement of first installment of the loan and upload loan sanction details in the MIS portal. India has to submit payment receipt in the prescribed format. This is the payment receipt for stage 2, 4,000 rupees. And this is the pro forma B1. And handling stage 3, venture establishment and subsidiary case. Here only the venture establishment report will come. And handling first stage and second stage, you may not to submit any establishment reports. Only during the claiming that installment, then only you should submit the venture establishment. Covering that with relevant subject, NDS may ensure that each and every agreement displays the banner at the venture. Intent is to submit pro forma B2 subsidy sanction details. Intent should submit venture establishment report and site along with supporting documents and geotagging photos. These supporting documents actually it should be in the name of public winner. It should not be in the name of their parents. Of course, the credit linked ventures it is easy, but self finance ventures you should take care whenever you are submitting the venture establishment report. The Indians will onboard only verified agreements by manage on the AC&ABC portal and which member application. Indians to need to submit the payments in the prescribed format. Indians need to submit the NABARD report with regard to the release of subsidy and upload subsidy sanction details in the MS portal. This is a pro forma B2 for loan sanction details into the details of subsidy should be entered here. And this is the payment receipt for stage 3, that is 3,000 rupees. And this is the annex venture establishment report format. Along with this, supporting documents and also photographs, geotagging photographs, at least 2 should be attached. and handling expenses for the trained candidates who established ventures by self-finance. The fund of rupees 3,000 rupees for 1,500 each for DPR preparation and venture establishment can be released in a single installment on submission of proof of venture establishment by the NTS. NTS have to submit the payment for this amount. This is for the self finance agreement. Just kindly note, whenever you are submitting the proof of venture establishment, you should give the name of agreement only. And even it is there, the insurance certificate, the proof should be valid, even more than one proofs you can attach. Making sure that there will be no doubt at the management also. If you attach 3 or more like that, for suppose animal purchase receipt and the insurance receipt and also milk selling receipt, these 3, then we will get the more confidence that this venture is really established. Ensure that one, and it is a payment is for this amount. And incentives to NDA. NTS with cumulative and respective buy success rate for more than 50% are eligible to get additional incentives of 2,000 rupees per candidate. For every candidate, established of 50% success rate reported in respective batch, and documents to be submitted by the India covering letter. India will to submit please and receive to the managed for appointment purpose, submission of performance, updation of claim success stories on the LMS portal and phishing alert. India can claim the incentive only once. The maximum time period to claim the incentives is 3 years from the date of completion of the and this is performance and payment is and incentive to candidates. Every candidate who establishes his or venture and submits proof to that effect is eligible for receiving an incentive of rupees 1,000. And this you can the documents need to be submitted as proof of venture establishment verified by the NTS. At least one evidence of agriventure establishment as per Annexure 2, current 2 photographs of agriventure, the submission of pre-signed payment receipt from agriculture and NTS for appointment purpose. This you can submit along with the venture establishment proof. Whenever the handling stage 3 you are submitting, or else handling for self-finance ventures you are claiming, then this incentive to candidates you can claim. Why? Because this is given for the candidate during the venture establishment. This can come in with the stage 3 of the handling for credit linked and self finance you can directly claim.
सर वो सक्सेस स्टोरी जब बेचते हैं उसके साथ रिसीव भेजा तो चलेगा?
Yes, that's why I'm saying.
Okay.
For self finance, whenever you are submitting for claiming the 3,000 rupees, you can attach this one also. For credit linked during the stage 3, you can add this one. This one payment is this is needed in this. All the details will be there. And responsibilities of the Nodal Training Institute. India should maintain the proper records of documents of training candidates batch-wise along with all the supporting documents and submission of all the documents within the timelines prescribed by the managed. This is very much important. The timeline should be followed, and many queries have been raised by our account section. If at all the NTA is claiming the first installment or second installment, if at all 100% claiming, then more remarks were facing from the account section. Why they are claiming for 100%? Why not first and second installment? Maintain proper records of advances received from managed and expenditure incurred on training along with supporting documents. Maintain proper books of accounts such as cash book, advance, ledger, voucher with supporting bills. All the records should be kept open for audit purpose for a period of 5 years and completion of training program. India needs to maintain proper records of DPR of all the training candidates and DPR submission procedures and delivery procedures. Thank you so much. Yeah, any of
तो 50 days का वीडियो में भी डॉक्यूमेंट दिखा and it's not English one English center है
Indian English name format should be sent whenever the finalist that it should be shared. Okay, thank you then. Any questions are there? Madam. Yes, we'll be sharing the benefits.
3,050 given as the annual thing. Plus, like after some time, say 2 months, 3 months, the candidate gets the loan sanctioned.
Yes, so that we will discuss and we'll again issue the results. Like that to be discussed. Thank you, thanks.
So then, now I'd like to invite Dr. Sahadiman sir to discuss some important points with FDI.
Actually कुछ points है जो आपको मतलब ध्यान देना चाहिए बाकी apart from this what we have shared presently. Just like Krishi Mapper, we are also coming with one of the mobile application and that is Krishi Udyami. Krishi Udyami. Tomorrow I will demonstrate here what is that application. So basically the purpose of that application is to give the publicity of agri-ventures activities. So that will reach to the farmers, or simple way you can say that this is the platform between farmer and agriculture. So whatever the services that agriculture is providing, that all services will be enlisted in that particular applications along with the some tentative costs of that service, their contact details, and that particular agriculture can be searched by various means, that means by location, by district, by activity wise. Very briefly tomorrow I will demonstrate you, because this particular applications you have to get fill up from that information particularly. You have to get from the your established agricultures. And even during training program also, you have to demonstrate what is the use of these applications and how it will be useful for increasing your business. Second thing, regarding so far you have seen that the distribution of the consultant that is based on the states. So in our website also, you will see that Maharashtra, someone is looking, UP, someone is looking, likewise Tamil Nadu, we have assigned that particular state to someone. But now this year we are going to reform our CAD section, and suppose in total we have got the target of 5,400 something. 5470. Say you can say 5,500. So in total we have to conduct more than 150 training programs in this financial year. 25-26. So if you see the distribution of the 150 training program across the country, then Maharashtra and UP, these both state, they are conducting almost 60% of the target. And this is what actually I am seeing since last 4 years. So to bring some kind of equality among the states as per their potential, now the consultant will be assigned. Somewhere you can say suppose 8 consultants, that is our target, that we will maintain in our CAD section, and each consultant will be given 20 programs. So that 20 programs, it is not necessary that is from Maharashtra, UP, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh. So the distribution will be that 2 programs he might be having from Jharkhand, 2 programs he might be having from Himachal Pradesh. So that program means that particular NTI. So the task will be distributed according to the NTI, not according to the state. So this is what actually to bring the equal work distribution among the consultants. That is one thing. And second thing, we are trying to, just distribute this all this program to the other states also. So this is one thing. Third one, biometric machine. Yeah, biometric machine, I think 3 NTIs. Among all the NTIs who are present here, who is not having the recent model of facial recognition biometric machine? Just raise the hand. New NTIs, one from Goa, or this Gurukul, Yeah, Gokulam Trust. Then yours are the third one, fourth, fifth, five. Bala. Where is Bala? Actually, we have already informed that service provider, and maybe tomorrow, I think he is delivering that machines. So some five entities are there who require that machines. Okay. Then next one, of course, we expect from all the NTIs, at least they should conduct minimum of 3 programs in a year. In coming future, we will be discouraging such NTIs who are just conducting 1 program in a year. They are with us or they are not with us, they are not understanding really. So please ensure that at least 3 programs each and every NTI, they should prepare themselves. So you will be sustained, and apart from that, who will be literally deliver that all 3 programs in a well manner and as per the guidelines. Every year we are getting the other training programs from NFTB, from national B boards. This year 40 programs we have already received from the UNDP, and these all programs interns we are giving to you people only. So this is from apart from AC&ABC. National B board, National B board, we have conducted 22 programs. UNFDB, almost last year we conducted. How many programs we conducted last year? UNFDB. Yeah. So on an average, we are getting more than 50-60 programs from UNFDB also. And from UNDP, we have received 40 programs. So that program also we have taken from that organizations. Just that we have our training partners at field level. So that benefit we can definitely transfer to you with a terms and conditions that you show your performance. Okay. Then simple thing actually many times in everywhere now I have seen that presentation what Uday has shared with you. Everywhere he has mentioned that you have to send a covering letter. Whatever the documents you are submitting to the manage, that may be first installment, second installment, any usage, anything. Sometimes I literally I have to search that which NK has sent this particular document. So please, that covering letter should be there. So many times our consultant has actually communicated this message to you, but hereafter please ensure that. Then virtual verification of infrastructure before training. Some of the NTI we have visited maybe last year, before that or previously, but some of the NTI that we have not even visited since last 8-10 years. So we are not just actually that means focusing on only those NTI, but this year also and last year also we followed for this year training program. Before allocating training program or screening, our consultant will verify your infrastructure virtually, and whatever the actual infrastructure you're supposed to maintain, that you should have, then and then only we can go for further process. Okay. So these much points are there. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Very important point. Any irregularities or any deviation from the guidelines, cost norms, if we found on our monitoring even a single time, then also a very strict action will be taken. When I joined here, that time the number of NTAs were 134. You are just don't go on my smiling face and all. Now that 134 NTI, I dropped down to 110. And by this month and again, 20-25 partners will be disappeared from that list. So it's a slowly we are taking action, but getting the NTI Presently, it is very difficult now, very difficult. So we actually, adhere with the guidelines, rules, regulations, and definitely, you will be contributed very positive. So that's it. Yeah. So thank you very much. Yes. Good morning, actually, you are attending very sincerely, and tomorrow also you have to be here. Today, actually, we have just share whatever the things have been changed as per the new guidelines and new cost norms. Tomorrow, you will come up with your suggestions. Freelancer, brainstorming, whatever you can say for this. Okay. Then sir has given some suggestion. No, somehow you are actually. We're not even saying that you give some 5 crore rupees for us to give and they will distribute that. So all will be actually, required by the auditor. Anyway, but we are really encouraging your thoughts since you are at the grassroots level. You are conducting the trainings, you are actually trying to establish the venture. So what are the problems, what are the issues? Along with the solutions. That is definitely welcome and tomorrow we'll see it positive.
We offer the bank guarantee for that.
Thank you very much.
Everyone. Session has closed and tomorrow we will meet at 9 a.m. Without fail. Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు మేము అంత ఆలోచించలేదు మేము ఫైనల్ వస్తుంది ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసుకుని పోతున్నాం